Dave Archer and Rachel Barbeau will be joining us here in a moment. And Dave, when you take a look at this Pitt Panther team, they've got two great receivers, one young, one a veteran, a great combination to lean on for Tom Savage this afternoon.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the freshman first, Tyler Boyd, over 100 yards receiving a week ago. What makes him so dynamic? He's a fierce competitor. He'll fight you for the football as he high points the football right here last week. He's explosive. They'll get him the ball in a number of ways. The jet sweep here last week resulted in a 33-yard touchdown. He's precise, excellent route runner. Look at him pluck the ball out of the air, but maybe ultimately he's a playmaker. This play at the end of the half, the high point the football again, get his feet down, big time play. And oh, by the way, they've got a guy on the other side, it's a fifth-year senior that's going to break all the receiving records at Pitt. Now you understand why quarterback Tom Savage sleeps well at night.
He came out here at Pitt last weekend against, of course, New Mexico. Had a great game, as you saw some of the highlights there. Now for the Duke Blue Devils, Brandon Connett has been a part of the program for a long time in a variety of positions, but now for the second straight week, he's called upon to be the starting quarterback. Not an easy situation.
Yeah, they call him the Phantom here. Why? Because he lines up everywhere. He's lined up a receiver, tight end, running back, even personal protector for the punter. Today, he'll play quarterback. And what they'll try to do for Brandon Connett is get him off to a good start. Some short throws, get him the football, get the ball out of his hands, let him have some success. But what he ultimately does best is run the zone read. He's tough. He's Duke's Swiss Army knife. He'll need some help, and one of the guys that'll help him, a dynamic playmaker, and Jamison Crowder. They're all over the place today. I can't wait to kick this off. Playmakers everywhere.
And the weather will hold off till we guarantee it. Rachel Balborough now joins us from the sidelines. And Rachel, when you take a look at the Pitt Panthers, they were looking this season at maybe one running back running their offense. Last week they have a pleasant dilemma. Two running backs came to play and two gained 100 yards. That's something that Paul Chryst has got to sort out today.
You're absolutely right, Steve. We talked to Coach Paul Chryst before the New Mexico game, and he said, we want an offensive identity in terms of running the ball. We want somebody to run the rock. And after that game, he had a grave problem on his hands. Two guys, true freshman James Conner scores 2 touchdowns, and junior Isaac Bennett also goes over 100 yards. And it was the first time in 6 years that they had two backs eclipse the century mark in one game.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. Lots of things to watch for these two teams this afternoon, and a pivotal game for both. For the Duke Blue Devils, they've got to get things back together. They faced a Georgia Tech team that a lot of people might be looking beyond. They're looking at North Carolina, they're looking at Miami. Don't look past Georgia Tech. Duke didn't last week. They just ran into a very good team.
A very good Duke, a very good Georgia Tech team. This Pitt team ran into a very good Florida State team. I think both teams are better having played those two teams.
And they'll try to put it in play today. Of course, Pitt gets the opening kick. And this is Boyd, and he is brought down. Boyd, true freshman, brought down on the play by Juwan Thompson. And here's a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by CPI Security, protecting what's important. And you look at Pitt, they've got two youngsters who did a great job last week and a lot of experience in the middle of the line.
Yeah, it's two offensive tackles still learning how to play at this level. Played great last week, and their backs and receivers outstanding. Got two running backs that ran for over 100 yards a week ago. We'll see Isaac Bennett first.
And James Conner will come in second, 1st and 10. At the 15-yard line for Pitt. Last time they were here was 1976. And this is Bennett probing the left side of the line, and he'll get up to about the 19-yard line.
Steve, let's give you a scouting report now on Tom Savage. 5th-year senior, even though he hasn't played very much, still trying to learn how to play at this level. NFL arm, big arm. He's a pocket passer, not going to run around and hurt you in the run game. But this kid, his arm jumps off the film at you. When you watch him throw it, it comes out quick, and he's got every throw.
He's got some size, 6'5", 230 from Springfield, Pennsylvania. 2nd down and about 4. And off Bennett. Bennett tries to turn the corner, has the first down, and is pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds there, looks like Norman. Let's take a look at Duke's defensive alignment, brought to you by CPI Securities. It's the 4-2-5 alignment here, Arch. But the 5 defensive backs gets in pursuit, and of course the guy we'll watch for is Kenny Anoniki. In the middle, Kelby Brown is a winner.
Monster. C.J. France gets the start in the back end. Ross Cockrell, phenomenal player. He'll play on Sundays at the corner spot.
1st and 10 for Pitt at their own 29. Play action for Savage, who's back to throw. Has a man open at Street. Devin Street makes the catch. Patterson makes the tackle, pushing him out of bounds, but it's a gain of 24.
Well, there's the display of the arm right there with Tom Savage. Will play action fake. Excellent protection up front. And he's going to find his big-time receiver, Devin Street, running the deep comebacker. Look at the protection. Outstanding job protecting their quarterback. We talked about the offensive line. They're big and physical up front.
Well, they move Connor in as the running back this time. First and 10 at the Duke 47. Pass is complete. Out into the flats. It goes to Weatherspoon, and Weatherspoon picks up some nice yardage. Looks like another first down at the Duke 33-yard line.
Yeah, nice job. Nice call by Joe Gardner. You're getting the ball in the right, Joe Rudolph, the offensive coordinator, gets the ball in the right flat to Weatherspoon, a bubble screen. We've already seen a mix-up of plays here for Paul Chryst' team. They've run the football, got the play action, now the quick bubble screen, got Duke off balance a little bit right now.
Keep an eye on number 23 in the white uniform. That's Tyler Boyd. Double tight end set otherwise. Savage to hand off. This is Connor. Slips a tackle and pushes ahead and gets nice yardage down to the 25.
There's a lot of times when plays aren't blocked exactly right, and you've got to make somebody miss in the hole. Watch the freshman make Cash, the safety, miss right there and step by the tackle and get up the field. Often you like to, theoretically, you get everybody blocked, but more often than not, somebody's free. Nice play by the freshman right there, Connor.
Connor got 9 yards on that carry. Down close to another first down. He's still in the backfield for Savage. Savage to throw on 2nd and 1. Pass is incomplete, intended for Boyd. And covering on the play out there was young Wiseman.
I'll tell you, the bootleg play, another variation off of what they're doing in the run game. Thought Savage held the ball a little bit too long there. Boyd was open early, took him a little too long to load it and threw it wide.
So that brings up 3rd and 1. Of course, second and 1 at this end of the field is a 3 down. Pitt used that. Now they're going to get busy and get the first.
Only faced 5 third down situations last week against New Mexico, converted 3 times.
On 3rd and 1, this is Bennett, and this is a first down. Pulled down by young Wiseman, but he's going to make the forward progress to the 21.
Steve, this is an excellent matchup. We're going to see this defensive line of Duke and the big offensive line and fullback for Pitt. Nice job of pushing that Duke defensive line off. It's a big physical group up front. We talked to David Cutcliffe yesterday and what he would face defensively against this offensive line. He said they're a typical Pitt team, big and physical up front.
They showed it against New Mexico last week after an early mistake on an interception. And then they got their act together. Here is Connor, and Connor is carrying people down close to the 10, about to the 12. Jeremy Cash makes the tackle. Cash has 25 tackles in the first 3 games.
Well, we talked about the big offensive line. Watch him come off, playing on Duke's side of the line of scrimmage. Excellent read by Connor, the cutback, the zone cutback, and he gets a first down. And this is when you start allowing a team to have a two-way go, which Pitt has right now. Pitt's running the football and throwing it. Duke having a tough time settling on trying to stop something.
It's been a business-like march here for Pitt. Here comes a handoff. Connor up the middle, and then brought down, hit there by David Helton. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and let's take a look at our CPI red zone. Defending the red zone, the Duke Blue Devils, 8 possessions in here. They've allowed 5 touchdowns, no field goals. 63% scoring percentage by opponents. 10th play in his march.
Right now, Pitt is having great success running the football. You turn and hand it to your big running back.
That's Connor in back of Savage in the eye, and he gets it. And coming up to make the stop for Duke was Norman. Wayne Norman, the sophomore. Nice run support that time. There was no fooling him on the 2nd down.
Well, this is exactly what Pitt was looking for, was to establish the line of scrimmage in the first series of downs, and their offensive line is doing that. This is a very veteran and solid group for Duke up front, and they're doing a nice job right now of dictating what's going on in the trenches.
Bennett's in at running back on 3rd down. Need about a yard for the first. Here's Bennett. Tripped up.
It's a nice play by Cash. Yeah, nice play by Cash coming off the edge. Jeremy Cash, this redshirt sophomore, is going to knife in at the top of the screen, defeats the block of the fullback, slides in and gets in around the legs of Connor. Looked like he held him short of the first down. Excellent job by the safety.
They'll come in and measure. Paul Chryst team faced with the decision here, whether to go for it or get the easy 3. Brad Allen is the official of this group.
Yeah, I don't think there's any decision here. I think you turn and hand it to the big running back again. You got Connor. They're going downhill. They're playing on Duke's side of the line of scrimmage. That last play, a nice play by the safety, but secure the edge, and I think you hand it to your big back here.
Well, the offense is staying out on the field. Savage waiting for the signal from the sidelines. Fourth and inches. Parrish and Connor are lined up in the backfield. Handoff Connor. Connor, first down, touchdown. Touchdown for Pitt.
Boy, that was a very impressive drive, and give the credit to the offensive line. Going to pull the backside guard, Corey King. Let him lead around, fullback in front. Parrish, the big fullback. And Connor at 235 pounds, 240 pounds, shoves it in the end zone.
And for Connor this year, that's going to be his 3rd touchdown. And here comes Chris Blewett, true freshman, in for the point after. It's up, and he missed it. And that's his first miss.
Your score with 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining.
But they got 6 out of it. Connor carrying the mail for the 3rd time this season, and the Pitt Panthers on the board first on the road. They missed the point after, up 6-0.
ACC football is being brought to you by AT&T, exclusive wireless provider of the ACC. By Geico, official corporate champion of the ACC. The Toyota Camry, official import car of the ACC. By Ruby Tuesday, official corporate champion of the ACC. And by PNC Bank.
Here's the Duke team walk into Wallace Wade Stadium, getting ready for this day, and of course Pitt walked into the end zone. 12 plays, 85 yards. Tom Savage 2 out of 3 and 38 yards, and his favorite running back was Connor that time. 5 runs and 31 yards and the touchdown on a 4th and inches play.
Excellent tone setter for Pitt as they came out and marched the ball right down the field. Looked like they could have done anything they wanted to offensively. Big answer now for Duke's offense. They take the field.
Blewett will kick it off after missing his first point after of his career. He hopes there won't be many more. Shaquille Powell with a carry on the reception out to the 31-yard line. And let's take a look at our 4 keys to the game here, Dave. What's important for Pitt this afternoon to get the win and then Duke?
Well, for Pitt, they wanted to play the game in the trench. We saw their offensive line dominate the trenches. We'll see a really good defensive line. You got to win the line of scrimmage. And for Duke, it's about hidden yards. You just saw some on the kickoff return right there. David Cutcliffe talks about the kicking game, and can we win the kicking game?
Connett, play fake and a carry for Connett, and he gets out to about the 48-49-yard line. That's what Brandon Connett does better than anybody else.
Well, it's the inside zone read. He's going to take a look. They did a great job of getting Aaron Donald, the big D tackle, blocked. Excellent job of that big offensive line.
And that's not an easy task. Connett on the roll. And the pass looked like it was out of bounds. Price pushed him out of bounds. Here's a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by CPI Security, protecting what's important. Up front, it's a veteran offensive line for Duke.
Yeah, Perry Simmons, 40 consecutive starts in the backs and receivers. Excellent core receivers. You'll see a number of backs. Jawan Thompson gets a start today.
Brandon Connett looking at 2nd down and 10 on the incompleted pass. Duke is moving at a pretty high rate of speed. This goes to Sneed. He turns the corner and gets about 3 yards, and the tackle made by Shane Gordon, the linebacker. Let's take a look at our CPI starting lineup defensively. And, of course, Aaron Donald is the guy to watch, number 97.
Yeah, the 2 seniors in the middle are dominant. They got him blocked in the first play. Excellent athletic set of linebackers. And in the back end, Jason Hendricks, 10 tackles a week ago. Excellent player at the free safety spot.
3rd down. Connett brings him to the line, reads the defense, and looks to the sideline. McCaffrey and Braxton are wide out to this side. Jamison Crowder to the top side on what looks to be a passing down on 3rd. Connett fires. Pass is taken away. Intercepted and taken down by Jason Hendricks. And Pitt gets a turnover. And they'll bring it back to the Duke 41-yard line for him. That's his 8th career interception.
Yeah, and he's just going to camp on the quarterback's eyes. Brandon Connett is going to lock on. You see the eyes locked on the curl route. The safety just going to break on the football. Jason Hendricks had a great day last week. Had 10 tackles, a tackle for loss. Now he starts the game with an interception and gives Duke gives Pitt great field position on the Duke side of the 50-yard line.
That's the 3rd interception of the season. First interception of the season by Brandon Connett. 1st and 10. The 42 of Duke. Play fake for Savage. Pass out complete to the tight end. That's the rookie. Well, that's J.P. Holtz. That's the veteran senior.
Yeah, that Pitt defense had taken the ball away 4 times previous, all fumble recoveries. Their first interception of the year by Jason Hendricks there. They immediately come out with a little bootleg and get the tight end in the flat. Excellent play on 1st down. Let's go down to Rachel Barbeau on the side.
Yeah, when Brandon Connett came off the field after that interception, Coach Cutt calmly patted him on the back, asked him a couple of questions. Connett talked back to him and then smiled at him, gave him a pat on the back, and Connett walked away. Always Coach Cutcliffe.
You've got to keep things in perspective. It's early in the game. Connor charges up to about the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup on the play of about 7. Helton got the tackle for Duke.
Boy, this Pitt offense really dictating to the Duke defense right now. Had the boot on 1st down and picked up a good chunk of change. And now here on 1st down, handed to the big back again. And when you're getting 5 and 6 yards on 1st down, that really puts Coach Cutcliffe's team in a hole defensively.
Give him 6 on that one. Ends up 2nd down and 4. Pitt trying to convert the turnover into points. Delay handoff, Connor. Around the corner, Connor for extra yards. Down to about the 11-yard line. It's a gain of close to 15. Dwayne Norman makes a saving tackle.
The tight end Holtz, number 86, gets a block along with Rotherham, the right guard, as he pulled around and got in front. How about Devin Street, number 15, blocking out in front as well. That's what it takes to run the football, blocking on all the levels, and they've got it rolling downhill now with the run game.
Imagine you're Jeremy Cash. You see those three guys out at you. There's nobody my size, in my zip code, in my uniform. Connor hit in the backfield but couldn't be brought down. And he surges ahead and gets about 5 yards on the play.
Anthony Young-Wiseman did a nice job. The safety knifes in. Number 21 gonna come in. This is what happens when teams start running the football. You're going to commit your safety as the line of scrimmage. Good job by Connor to make him miss, but Young-Wiseman took enough out of the big back to allow a number of Duke defenders to get there.
So Bennett will come back in. Isaac Bennett, the junior. Lone setback here on 2nd down and about 4. They'll get the handoff. The hole was covered, and so is his auxiliary destination.
That really took away the point of attack, Stephen. We decided to cut back inside. Jamal Bruce, big defensive tackle, is going to slide inside. Excellent job by Duke to swell up. You see Cash take out the lead blocker. Kelby Brown's there, and as he cuts back to the inside, there's Jamal Bruce for this veteran defensive front.
3rd down and a long 5.
And he's one of the youngsters for Jim Knowles. There's Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator for Duke. Jamal Bruce, the sophomore, he's the youngster up front. He makes the play.
Savage working out of the gun. Looking, has a man in the end zone, and it is incomplete. They were looking for Boyd that time.
Yeah, working against Russ Cockrell. This is an excellent matchup. We got the dynamic freshman against the veteran. Good jam at the line of scrimmage. Maybe has a little bit of jersey, but hey, he's a senior and that's a freshman. So the senior wins out every time.
That's
in that
a right that you have.
That's exactly right.
All right, Blewett on to kick the field goal. This is going to be a 24-yard attempt. Yaklik is the holder. He's the punter. So Pitt will try to convert the turnover into points, and it's blocked. Some more problems in the kicking game here for the Pitt Panthers, and no points on that turnover by Duke, and the Blue Devils take over. Kenny Ananiki. He'll be the man in on this block by Chris Blewett's field goal attempt. Pitt up 6-0.
59 yards in that TD.
I thought Tommy Bowden was going to come out of his seat on that. Here comes Connett on the run. After Duke just got the turnover, let's credit the turnover, or actually the block kick, to Sidney Sarmiento.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Brandon Connett. He's an outstanding runner. He does an outstanding job of running their zone read. He's still improving in the pass game, still working on his passing game, but he's really tough. He's a tough kid.
Changes direction on that one, saw things sealed off around right end and got the first down in the process after the 22-yard line. Shane Gordon makes the tackle for Pitt.
Now, Brandon Connett, when you talk about what he brings to the table, we talk about the toughness, and that kind of filters into the rest of the guys he plays with. They love it, the heart he plays with, and it tends to rally guys around him.
Jalea Duncan gets the fake. Connett gets the throw. The pass looks like it's picked off again. And making the interception is K'Waun Williams.
Well, the throw's going to be a little bit behind Jamison Crowder trying to get their big-time playmaker the ball outside. And an excellent job of breaking on the football by K'Waun Williams. See, the ball's going to be thrown just a tad behind and opens the door for the corner to slide to the inside. That ball's got to be thrown out in front of Jamison Crowder towards the sideline. We talked about Connett. He's still working on the ability to throw it. And that's not his strong suit.
Well, for the second time, Pitt will start their drive in Duke territory. They'll be at the Duke 28-yard line, 1st and 10. They missed their last time around on a blocked field goal. And Sidney Sarmiento blocked the kick by Chris Blewett.
Now, a lot of teams like to take a shot right after a turnover. Let's see if they're willing to do that here.
Going to go to Connor, and Connor gets hit once and then finally brought down. France with the bring down. Brown got the first hit.
Well, Duke is committing a number of players to the line of scrimmage. They've had a tough time handling it with their front seven. So now David Cutcliffe's team is allowing the safeties to creep up. We talked about young Wiseman coming in and make a play. Cash has made a play in the backfield. Those are both safeties. They're starting to commit more people to the line of scrimmage, which means Savage is going to have some shots over the top of those two talented wide receivers.
He's got Street. He's got Boyd is right beside him as a back. He'll get out into the pattern on 2nd and short. He gets the ball. Nice move by Boyd. Gets the first down. Tripped up and into the end zone. Identify the playmakers.
Yeah, it's about making plays in the open field, and this is what they want to do with Tyler Boyd. Now, you've got to make the tackle. C.J. France is going to get isolated on the wide receiver. Right here, number 54 misses the tackle. Now a little stutter step fake, and he runs by young Wiseman, and now it's the great speed. The explosion we talked about in the opening. He's just a dynamic player, a freshman out of Clairton, PA.
He is a true freshman on the program, but wise beyond his years. He walks in there, and you think he's a veteran when he takes the field. The touchdown catch he made last week against New Mexico at the end of the first half, he wisely, while everything was going on, he's trying to wrestle the ball away from the defender, help out his quarterback, and keep his foot in field play.
Yeah, taking a look to see if he stayed in bounds. Obviously, there was a lot of discussion about what happened on Thursday night with Brian Underwood's catch and run down the sideline. And it certainly looks like he is in the end zone and stayed in bounds. So, excellent job by the officials to see that one.
Connett has to come back and think about it. Here's our AP Top 25 brought to you by Progressive Insurance. And you got Clemson in the 3rd spot, Florida State in the 8th, and Miami is in 16th. Clemson, an interesting game. When we talked about, you referred to that reception that was called back was a touchdown by NC State. Seemed to turn the tape.
Well, give Dave Doran's group a ton of credit for playing well in that game Thursday night.
Touchdown.
Call confirmed. It is a touchdown.
That's a good win for Clemson to go on the road. It's many had talked about how tough it is to go to NC State on a weeknight. Just as Clemson a couple years ago, as Florida State last year. So a good win for Clemson on the road.
Blewett will try it again. He'll get this one up, and he'll get it through. Point after is good this time by Blewett. Had his share of drama. We'll be back after a word from your local ACC station.
bow time!
Yeah, it's bow time. It came early for Duke tailgaters this morning, but it didn't dampen their spirits. Matter of fact, the sun's just come out. Tailgate everything with a big bow box filled with Bojangles, chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. Remember, it's always bow time when you got Bojangles and you're tailgating the Bojangles delicious chicken.
Well, Tyler Boyd, we talked about the explosiveness, just the all-around good play that the freshman has brought to this team. Early in the season already, he has become the complement that they needed opposite the big-time player in Devin Street. They got Devin Street and Tyler Boyd out there, receivers, and boy, the explosive group.
Janelle Barnes and Shaquille Powell will be back to take the kick here. Chris Blewett after the touchdown and point after, and they'll kick it on the ground to limit the return. Duke gets back on it. Bodies piling all over the place. Let's have a look at our Haviland defensive shield. Aaron Donald was unbelievable last week.
He was a monster, and this is one of the guys they were really concerned about coming into the game was Duke. Aaron Donald's ability. 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. He truly was a monster in the middle last weekend.
Now Duke on the short kick will set up at their own 23-yard line. So they'll get it 1st and 10 and try to move the ball out of their own territory. Cornette out of the gun. Snead is his running back. Gets the pitch. Snead turns the corner. Gets out to the 30-yard line. Nice tackle by Jason Hendricks. He didn't carry the ball at all last week.
He's the guy that if you put a guy on the field for pure speed, it's Josh Snead. Great speed, not as big, 5'9", 190 pounds, but perimeter, and they thought they had needed to attack this defense in the perimeter. Josh Snead is the guy.
2nd down and 2 for Duke. Cornette will run. Gets the 1st down and more. Cornette on his way. Cornette in Pitt territory. Runs out of steam there at about the 32-yard line. Nice gain. Gonzalez pushed him out. It's a 37-yard gain for Brandon Cornette.
This is where they want to run the football. Snead, number 9, going to get the block on the safety. Excellent job on the outside by McCaffrey. Gets a block on the corner. And Cornette gets up the field running the ball. This is what they want to do with Cornette, but you got to have success on 1st down to stay in this run game.
Here's Snead again. Snead got good acceleration into the hole and pulls ahead to about the 27-yard line, a gain of 5, and Todd Thomas makes the tackle.
Yeah, Duke's come out with nice resolve in the offensive line. They're moving the football now against that defensive front, but having success on 1st down.
And they're playing at a good pace right now. 3 wide receivers to one side. Now one comes in motion. Cornette to throw on the sprint. Pass is complete. And he's brought down at the 12-yard line. That's Braxton. That's another Duke 1st down.
Another guy didn't touch the football last week. Brandon Braxton did not have a reception last week against Georgia Tech. Makes a big one here in the flat off the play fake. 1st down success breeds all these throws and plays.
1st and 10 from the 12. Cornette pass complete to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey with a shoestring tackle making the stop there was Gonzalez. Nice play by Anthony Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez defeated the block there. Nice job by Gonzalez to make the play. Good Duke red zone offense.
9 touchdowns and 13 possessions and a field goal, so 10 out of 13 scores. Cornette on 2nd and 10. Oh, both the quarterback and the man he handed off to are tackled by Donald.
Guess who? This is what we saw. We had a chance to watch Pitt last week, and this is who he is. Defeats the down block. They were trying to cut him off. Tackled the quarterback and the back.
I got you, and I got you.
Yeah, we're not sure who has it. Just tackled the entire backfield. Does that count as 2 tackles?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
2 tackles for loss right there.
3rd down at about 14. They need the 3 for a 1st down. And then out of the gun to throw again. Pass over the middle. Complete touchdown for McCaffrey. Nice comeback for Brandon Cornette to McCaffrey out of the slot.
How about another guy that didn't touch the ball last week? Max McCaffrey in the slot, going to run the skinny post. Excellent timing. Climbs the ladder, squeezes the football as Vinipal, the safety, comes in to make the hit. Nice job of guys making the plays. And how about Brandon Cornette? You got to give him a ton of credit. after throwing 2 interceptions to come back and play with that kind of resolve to get his team in the end zone.
Ross Martin with a point after, and it is good. And the Duke Blue Devils get their feet underneath them on their own home field and get things rolling on a nice drive that started at their own 27. And let's go to our ACC studios and Tom Wormy.
Thank you, Steve. Hardy's update. 4th and goal for Georgia Tech. David Sims dives for the goal line. Looks like he fumbled, but the play was ruled a touchdown. It was reviewed and upheld. So North Carolina now leads 13-7 against Georgia Tech.
Well, I got to say, Tom, I'm surprised. And Arch, North Carolina comes with it for real down at Georgia Tech team that's had, I thought, an impressive victory here against Duke.
Well, obviously very early, North Carolina has answered the call, much like we've seen Duke here today answer what Pitt's done. Georgia Tech come back and answered. But Ebron getting in the end zone, that's news. Ebron hadn't been in the end zone all year.
He's the most personable analyst in college football. That's Clinton Portison. He's brought his unique style to the ACC Digital Network this week. CP's top 3. Clinton looks at ACC first and asks, do you remember your first time? I won't ask. Sounds like something you have to see. You go to ACC.com now for CP's top 3 on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
And was he trying to indicate the U was in his top 3 right there?
I don't know. I've not been in anybody's top 3. Tyler Boyd gets out over the 20-yard line to the 21. We got our first flag of the day. Tackle made by Michael Westray.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 3 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
All right, let's check out the Twitter world at the ACC football. Joining the conversation. I swear he's not even played 3 games yet, but Tyler Boyd already is pretty good. You're doggone right. Highlight reel for the season in 2 games.
Well, you've just scratched the surface on Tyler Boyd. He was a phenomenal high school player at Clareton, PA, and he's going to be a phenomenal Pitt Panther. In fact, the guy that's playing receiver on the other side, Devin Street, maybe just establishing the records that Tyler Boyd is going to go get.
Worst start of the day for Pitt at their own 11. Handoff comes to Connor. And Duke's defense has stiffened considerably as he gets out to the 14. With more on Tyler Boyd, let's bring in Rachel on the sideline.
Yeah, Tyler knows a thing or two about winning, being on the championship team, the Clareton Bears. They had 66 straight wins. Guys, 66 straight wins. They just lost last night. And he brings that winning attitude to this football team.
The longest winning streak in the nation. On 48 straight through Boyd's duration there. 63-1 at one point. Pass complete. This is to Boyd again, and it's out to about the 35-yard line.
A very similar play, the bootleg play where he had Boyd earlier in the game and waited too long to get it out. This time, much better timing. Quick play fake, gets his head around. Now the ball explodes out of his hand, and he gets Tyler Boyd on that out route in the bootleg play. Came right back to a play that they'd had success with but didn't complete, much like they did last week. Remember the interception to start the game, had a post route, went back to it, and Boyd made a big play for him.
Witherspoon is split wide out to the top side on 1st and 10 after the gain of 18. Savage to throw. Over the middle, has Street complete. Street in a foot race, and he's going to get to the end zone.
Touchdown, Pitt.
Wow, 60 yards for the touchdown, 67.
Now, because you're having success running the football, here's Street right here. No safety in the middle field, just going to run the post into the dead area. Over the top, and here's the big-time arm. Put it on him and let the big-timer go for a touchdown. Devin Street will close his career out at Pitt as the all-time leader, closing in on all those records.
His 10th career touchdown. Here comes the kick. And Blewett's point accurate is good. And the Pitt Panthers get off to a nice start in their first road game in the ACC. 29 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. It is Pitt 20 and Duke 7. And fans, are you competing in today's rivalry challenge on the ACC Football Challenge gaming app? Square off against this week's opponent's fan base in this second screen challenge. Download ACC Football Challenge presented by McAllister's Deli from Apple and Google Play App stores to get in on the action. Will Pittsburgh or Duke fans pull out the victory today? We'll check back shortly to see how you're all doing. This is the 19th game of the series between these two. It started back in 1929 at Duke Stadium. And it was the first game here at this stadium. Of course, 1937, Pitt became the first #1 ranked team to visit Durham. A year later, of course, Duke beat #4 Pitt. And then, of course, in 1976, of course, Pitt on their way to a national championship. Tony Dorsett, Matt Cavanaugh were the stars of that team, coached by Johnny Majors.
Well, Cavanaugh came off the bench in that game. Had an injury at quarterback. Cavanaugh came on and threw for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. You saw Tony Dorsett had his normal day for the Panthers on their way to a title.
Powell's going to pick this kick up at the 13 and runs into a brick wall at the 25. A 15-yard return. All right, we got some early action around the ACC. Let's get to our ACC studios in Charlotte.
Thank you, Steve. Hardy's update. Marshall and Virginia Tech, and look at this play into the end zone.
Man coverage, no middle safety. Gator Huskins from Florida.
21-14, Marshall has the lead. Bryn Renner has a touchdown pass in the North Carolina-Georgia Tech game to Sean Tapley, and North Carolina leads 20-7.
Lots of great action in the ACC, and Marshall giving Virginia Tech fits up in Blacksburg today. Garnett, play fake on first down. Looking deep, and he had Crowder out there. And covering on the play was Williams.
Yeah, a lot of hand fighting going on, but it looked like K'Wan Williams may have reached in right at the last second with the left hand and impeded Jamison Crowder. Watch the left hand now come in right there and kind of grab Crowder. I think he could have very easily flagged that one right there.
They did not. It'll come up to 2nd down and 10. Jalay Duncan now places Thompson in the backfield.
First time we've seen Duke take a shot to their big-time playmaker Crowder.
It seems like Garnett is gaining some confidence. He threw 2 early picks. 2nd down, Garnett on the carry. It's not going far. To the last play of the quarter here, Juan Price comes in from that defensive end spot to set him back for no gain.
Yeah, a little delay there, trying to be patient with the run game, but Price was able to knife in and make the play on the quarterback.
Well, we finished the first quarter with 27 points on the board, 20 in Pitt's column, 7 for Duke. And Duke has a football when we come back as they're trying to catch up with the Pitt Panthers in Pitt's first excursion into the ACC as a road team member. Financial Group. Welcome you to Durham Wallace Wade Stadium. If you're just joining us, it's 3rd down and 10 for the Duke Blue Devils, who trail here as we start the second quarter, 20-7. Steve Martin, Dave Archer, Rachel Barbeau here on a cloudy day, but no rain yet. Maybe later on this afternoon. We'd like to get this game in before that happens. Gannett looking at 3rd and 10. 5-step drop, lets it fly, has Crowder out there, but defending on the play, Lafayette Pitts, on the play for Pittsburgh, and he makes the play.
Let's take a look again. They're trying to get the ball to Crowder. Let's see if Pitts gets into him before the ball gets there. Crowder wins. Ooh, wow. I don't know how you don't call that interference. He ran right through it. I think they've missed 2 on Jamison Crowder now with the coverage situation there. That one looked pretty obvious.
Will Monday ready to kick away. Witherspoon will get it back now for the Pitt Panthers. And it's one that everybody in a white uniform will get away from, and rolling dead at the 31, 32-yard line. 44-yard kick. Fans here at Wallace Wade still voicing their displeasure with the lack of a interference call. Tom Savage threw a 67-yard touchdown pass the last play. He was on the field. What will he do for his next step? Find out when we come back.
DC football is brought to you by Geico, official corporate champion of the ACC. The Toyota Camry, official import car of the ACC. By Ruby Tuesday, official corporate champion of the ACC. By CPI Security Systems. And by the makers of 5-Hour Energy.
And a beautiful look at the Duke Chapel here on the Duke campus. The Duke Blue Devils, however, trailing in this game, 14:43 left to go second quarter, down 20-7, and Pitt with the football.
Well, Pitt's gotten 161 yards on first down of their 238 they have for the game. They're doing an outstanding job of winning on first down.
Savage back to throw. Has a man out there wide open. It's Boyd, and Boyd is headed for a touchdown. Tyler Boyd, true freshman.
But when you commit enough resources to the line of scrimmage to stop the run, you're going to get players in behind. Again, the play fake, a lot of players up around the line of scrimmage. Dwayne Norman, the safety, allows Tyler Boyd to run right by him. Excellent throw from Tom Savage. Just put some air under it, let his talented freshman run and go get it. His second touchdown of the day.
Chris Blewett getting ready. And that was 69 yards on that touchdown pass. The kick is up and it is good. And the Pitt Panthers strike quickly. 2 touchdowns in the space of about 29 seconds each. This is Boyd for a 69-yard score. Pitt 27-7.
Lane at Syracuse. Terrell Hunt with the 5-yard TD pass to Clay Cleveland. Syracuse leads early in the second, 21-10. 3 TD passes for Hunt. Steve?
Thank you very much, Tom. Well, we've had 3 TDs in the space of 2 minutes and 10 seconds in Pittsburgh this afternoon. 27-7. Tyler Boyd for 69 yards, and that was roughly 1 play after Tom Savage on the last possession hit Devon Street for 67 yards in the score.
I took at the North Carolina Education Lottery first quarter stats, and you see it's heavily weighted towards Pitt. The 2 Duke turnovers have presented to a couple of short field opportunities. One resulted in a touchdown, but it's really been all Pitt so far.
Blewett getting ready to kick it away. Barnes chases it into the end zone and makes sure it goes out. You know, this year the North Carolina Education Lottery will provide more than $73 million to students to help pay for college. Learn more at nc-educationlottery.org. Duke will come out offensively, but with a note on their defense. Let's go to Rachel Barbeau on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, the leader of the secondary, Russ Cockrell, has been very active on this sideline. The emotions are running high for the defense, obviously, down early in this game. And look, he comes over to the defensive line. He talks to them all. He gives them each a word in their face, and then comes over to Dwayne Norman and actually has some very heated words for him. So Russ Cockrell is the guy, the emotional leader of this team, getting his defense back in the ballgame.
See if he gets them to respond next time out on the field. Snead gets a nice 5-yard gain on his first carry of this drive. Durham with the tackle.
Yeah, he's a 5th-year senior captain of this defense, and obviously there's a lot of veterans on this team, but there are a couple of young players, and Cockrell feels like they're not playing at that level right now. They certainly have not here in the first half.
Second down 5. Snead again. And Duke getting some yardage out of that inside running game. Searches ahead for another 10 yards and a first down.
Really seen a lot of Josh Snead. He's a quick player, not as big as Jalay Duncan or Juwan Thompson, but he's a guy that's a threat to the perimeter. Here they decide to give him the ball inside. Got good blocking at the point of attack. And a good job by Snead getting the first down.
Snead again. This time not as successful. It's Todd Thomas, junior from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, making the tackle after a gain of about 3.
10 tackles for Todd Thomas last week, including 2 in the backfield and 1 on special teams where he a fake punt situation presented his offense with a short field. He was outstanding last week.
And that snuffed it down for New Mexico. They were trying to make a comeback in that game. Fournette back to throw. Chased and sacked in the backfield. And that is Aaron Donald. And that is not unusual.
Aaron Donald is a guy that's very difficult to defend when you start talking about defensive front. Here he is right here. Going to win at the point of attack. Just throw his player off. Number 74, Dave Harding, is an outstanding offensive lineman, and get in and make the play.
23 sacks in his career. And 5 this season.
Oh, and that says something. You're a near interior defensive lineman, and you've got 20-plus sacks. Play.
Third down and play and 12 here for Fournette. Stands up, fires, has Jamison Crowder out there, over the shoulder catch, headed for the end zone. Touchdown. That, I would say, is a third down conversion.
Well, when you need somebody to make a play for Duke, it's been this guy, Jamison Crowder. Outstanding speed. How about Fournette sliding up in the pocket, buy himself some time, excellent protection, and then he puts trajectory on the ball, meaning he hangs it in the air so Crowder can find it. And a little Willie Mays catch over the shoulder, running dead away, and then the great speed to finish. But boy, that's a great confidence booster for Brandon Fournette. Really a nice play for the quarterback.
You know, Brandon Fournette had 5 touchdowns last year of 50 or more yards. This one is 67. The kick after by Martin is good. And watch Crowder. Ran away from one. Nice cut on that one. And you see the rest. A touchdown for Duke. And we'll be back after this word from your local ACC station. ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports, also streaming live now on the ACC.com and on the official ACC mobile app. And also want to remind you that today's coverage of ACC football is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network. We welcome the nearly 1 million men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces stationed around the globe in 175 countries and on the high seas. We're so proud to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast. Hope you're ready for a lot of points. 41 points, and we're just 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here comes the kickoff. Lafayette Pitts has it. And he's going to be brought down there at the 17-yard line, about 15. And that's where Pitt will take over first and 10. AT&T presents Be the Fan. Enter the sweepstakes every week by tackling Coach's Challenge. Share your entry with the hashtag #BeTheFan. You could win a VIP trip to the biggest game of the week, your choice. Visit AT&TTheFan.com for official. Well, Pitt's been here before, Arch. They started their last scoring drive at their 11-yard line.
Yeah, good answer by Duke, though, to come back and put points on the board after 2 explosion plays by this Pitt offense. So now Duke's defense has to answer the call. They've struggled to stop Pitt on offense.
Here comes a handoff to Connor. Connor, nice hole. Connor gets into the secondary and out to the 39-yard line. Interesting note, they have something like 17 yards on first play in this game in the first half.
Yeah, good block at the point of attack by Vanessa Garner right there that frees up Connor, the big back. And when he gets in the secondary, not a lot of DBs want to come up and tackle 235 pounds coming downhill.
No. Enjoy. Put my name at the top of the list. First and 10. Connor again. Connor gets by the block and gets into open territory one more time, and he may be headed. Cockrell is the saving tackle at the 21 of Duke.
Same play the other way. They just came back with the counter play the other way. Vanessa Garner going to be the guy that gets the block out in front for Connor, and Cockrell saves the touchdown. Number 82, Vanessa Garner going to get the block right at the end of the point, and then Garner, with his outstanding speed for a big man, is hauled down by the fifth-year senior Cockrell.
Connor with a 40-yard gain. First and 10. And off Connor. Got his tight end out in front of him. Brought down though inside the 20. They're going to mark him down at the 20, at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4. Jeremy Cash makes the tackle for Duke.
This kid's got some great feet now. Talking about Connor, James Connor, the freshman. Talked about how big he is at 230, 235 pounds, but nice feet there to step around the outside of the block and pick up 4. He's been impressive.
Got hurt at the end of the fall camp just before the season began. But he's coming back strong right now. Bennett is in the backfield. The throw, Savage over the middle, and in the end zone, incomplete. Intended there for Tyler Boyd.
Good job by Borders. Breon Borders, the freshman, is going to go here. Freshman on freshman right here. The ball a little bit too tall as Boyd goes up and tries to elevate and catch at the top. But watch Borders 31 to come in and make sure as he swipes the left arm of Boyd. So the talented freshman for Pitt isn't able to pull it in.
Third down for Pitt for only the 4th time in this first half. They're 1 of 3 in their previous 3 chances. Looking at third and about 6. Savage to throw. Pass complete. Witherspoon. And it's going to be good for the first down. Witherspoon. 8-yard gain. Borders on the tackle again.
Yeah, nice patience there by Tom Savage to wait on Witherspoon. Little delay route on the outside. Splits the backer in the corner. Gets the first down.
You're a quarterback, Arch. He hadn't made many mistakes this first half.
No, he's been very good. He is, what I like is the growth. We saw him last week. He's already made growth from last week to this week as far as decision making goes.
From the 10, first and goal. Connor with a handoff gets stood upright on the first hit. Gets down to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 8. Mark him down at the 7. Gain of about 3 on the play. Singleton makes the tackle for Duke.
Well, the way Duke is committing his safeties to the line of scrimmage to try to stop the run here down close, you're probably going to get one-on-one coverage on the outside. Street comes to the bottom of your screen. Tyler Boyd goes up top. Both of them are 6'4".
Street comes back in motion on 2nd and goal. Rolling that way is going to be Savage. The pursuit is on. by Kelby Brown, and it is thrown away and out of bounds.
Excellent job by Duke on the coverage. They zone it off and take away the two talented receivers we just talked about. They wanted Street and Boyd try to outnumber them on the far sideline. See at the top of the screen the two talented receivers. Street to the flat. Boyd going to work the inline, but an outstanding job of Duke staying at home from a coverage standpoint. And then Kelby Brown is able to pressure Savage, where he has to throw the ball away.
3rd and goal. Split out there is Garner. Inside his shoulder is Boyd. Savage going to Street. Incomplete. Another good coverage on the play, that time from Ross Conklin.
That's a tough matchup there for Street and for Boyd, or for Conklin. Two outstanding players, the flag on the field.
An eligible player downfield, number 83, was covered up and went beyond the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. It brings up 4th down.
Let's take a look at Cockrell, big-time corner against one of the top receivers in the country, and Devin Street gets the jam. He never loses sight of what's going on with the quarterback. Boy, excellent play by Cockrell to play the man in the ball, using the sideline as an extra defender, and then the little hit on his fellow senior to knock him out of bounds, let him know he was right there.
Blewett has missed one earlier. His first miss of the season. This one from the 14, the 24-yard kick, and it is good. So he missed a 24-yarder, made up for it there, and caps the drive with a field goal for Pitt. 30 points in the first half. There's a weather vane to Duke. It's saying, better get this thing. It might rain by 4. All right, we'll pay attention to that.
(2014).
And Tom, we'll see North Carolina next week against East Carolina over in Chapel Hill.
How about Vad Lee? 7 touchdown passes now as the Jacket quarterback.
I'll tell you, the Jackets are going to be a power to reckon with in that Coastal Division. And already they're facing North Carolina today, and later on they've got to face Miami.
They've got a gauntlet coming up. They have Virginia Tech, Miami, and BYU coming up after this one. So we'll find out about Georgia Tech the next month.
Barnes and Powell back to get Blewett's kick after the field goal. That has made it 30-14. It goes out of the end zone, not to be returned. Ruby Tuesday takes us around the ACC to check in on conference action this weekend. Of course, Thursday night, Clemson with a big win over NC State. You heard Tom and Tommy talk about North Carolina leading Georgia Tech at halftime. And how about Marshall? They are leading at halftime at Virginia Tech. Wake Forest at halftime playing at Army. Looking for a win there. Syracuse cruising on Tulane. Later on today, VMI at Virginia. Bethune-Cookman at Florida State. Jalay Duncan is the running back. Connett will carry, and Connett makes himself a big target. But he gets a first down on a gain of 14. He's out on the tackle for Pitt.
Well, Connett did an excellent job of reading this inside zone. See, he fakes the ball to Jalay Duncan, hits it straight ahead. It's his toughness. He loves to run the inside zone play, and he's been successful. Had a touchdown on the same play against Georgia Tech a week ago.
His second start of his career. Handoff goes to Duncan. Duncan breaks a tackle and he's on his way. And brought by Gordon, a saving tackle on Jalay Duncan. Gain of 17. We have a player down.
Shane Gordon's still down on the field after getting a shoestring tackle on Jalay Duncan. May have saved the touchdown right there. Did Shane Gordon as he stays down on the field.
Nice look back that time by Duke.
Good job of collapsing everybody to the inside. That blocking scheme for Duke, and Jalay Duncan takes the handoff from Connett straight ahead. There's Shane Gordon diving in at the end, and well, you're taking shoes in the face and ripping your arms off when you dive in from behind like that. Good play by Gordon, though, to save what was going to be a huge play. Limited to what it was.
To go through all that, not get the tackle. But he did get the tackle and saved the touchdown on that play, because clearly he was the only guy over there. He's willing to set out a play if that's the result. 1st and 10 at the Pitt 44-yard line. Duke moving the football. Thanks to Connett and Jalay Duncan. Connett to throw on play action. He's looking for Duncan, and Duncan falls, and we've got a flag, finally.
It's Todd Thomas in man coverage on the outside. This is a nice little wrinkle by Kurt Roper, the offensive coordinator for Duke. They're going to fake the handoff to Jalay Duncan.
Pass interference, defense number 8. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Let's take a look at the end of it. As you see, Thomas never locates the football and just runs into Jalay Duncan. Pretty easy call, but I think Brandon Connett has felt like he's had some previous to this one. He finally got that one, and a nice call though by Kurt Roper. A little wheel route for Jalay Duncan. First time they've shown that today.
1st and 10. There's the little flare pass to Duncan in the flats. One man to beat over there, and a nice tackle made by Galambos. True freshman, Collingsdale, Pennsylvania.
Good quick decision here by Connett. He doesn't like what he sees downfield. Get it in the flat right now. Get the ball out to Jalay Duncan with room to run. Excellent adjustment on the football. Ball thrown a little behind him. But another first down play. Remember, we talked about first down success. Duke having that right now.
They got 8 on that one. Connett, quick throw to the flats. It is complete. And that is to Braxton. Nice open field tackle made by Hendricks.
Boy, this kid is a heck of a player, Hendricks. We watched him last week. 10 tackles, 2 for loss. He already has an interception today, and he may have saved a touchdown on this tackle. Excellent open field play by the free safety.
A rule of the first down. Good push here by the Duke Blue Devils offensively, with 8:01 left to go in the first half.
We got all 3 backs in the game now. Snead, Thompson, and Jalay Duncan in the diamond set.
First time we've seen it today. It's going to be Snead, and he dives ahead to the 15-yard line.
In whose playbook they saw that in last week? Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had a lot of success with this lead play. You see the San Francisco 49ers run a very similar set in the NFL. It's what a lot of these zone read teams are going to, is this pistol set with the diamond. You get 2 lead blockers out in front.
Well, they show it and they get it off the field as Duncan comes back in. Here goes Connett on a quarterback key. Connett He's close to a first down. He needed just inside the 10. I think he's going to be short. At the 11.5 or 10.5 yard line. Gordon makes another tackle, so he's all right.
Good blocking out in front again. Duke doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage right now. 3rd and short.
Burnett will carry behind the block and gets the first down. Nice block thrown by Duncan into the hole. Vinipal with the tackle. There's Anthony Boone over there. See him on the sidelines, a towel over his head. He'd like to be in there quarterback, but separated shoulder takes him out of action here for about 6 or 7 weeks.
He's the perfect fit for what they want to do offensively, throwing and running. But right now, he likes what Brandon Connett is doing. After a couple of early interceptions, Connett has really settled into this game, and he's running it and throwing it.
They're in the red zone easily at the 8, 1st and goal. Here comes the handoff. It goes to Crowder, and Crowder carries into the end zone, and Duke gets on the board again.
Well, they got to the diamond set that we just talked about by motioning Crowder back inside, and an excellent job. You see Anthony Boone, one of the first guys out there to celebrate as his teammates are coming off the field. See, they got to that set. Jalay Duncan lead blocks. Outstanding job by Deaver, the tight end, and then the explosive Crowder reaches and breaks the plane of the goal line. We'll take a look. Yeah, very close whether Crowder broke the plane here as he's tackled, hit about the 2-yard line. See if he breaks the plane. You see they get that look that we just talked about with the 2 lead blockers. Let's see if Crowder can break the plane. Very, very difficult to see there.
Yeah.
With Skura, the center, kind of obscuring the look. Certainly his hit knee is down, but not being able to determine where the ball is. He extended the ball out with the left hand to break the plane. I'm not sure there's anything definitive there that would allow them to overturn the call of a touchdown on the field.
That was kind of different from what Clemson and NC State went through the other night.
Stands. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Duke. Crowder, his first touchdown of the season, despite 24 catches. His second touchdown. So made with 69-yarder earlier in the day. So Duke on for the point after. It's going to be Ross Martin. How about this? 51 points in the first half. We'll be back after this word from the Atlantic Coast Conference.
High-achieving students.
Artists Sarah Evans and Rodney Atkins will headline ACC Fan Fest. It's presented by AT&T on December 7th. You get your game tickets now and don't miss this free event held outside Bank of America Stadium prior to the ACC Football Championship game. Visit theacc.com for tickets and more event details. All right, Duke to kick off. Tyler Boyd is back there to get it. Ross Martin to do the kicking. 8-play, 75-yard march. And Crowder takes it in on a 7-yard run. Here's Boyd. Breaks 2 tackles. Breaks a 3rd tackle. But the 4th will get him in at the 23. 20-yard touchdown return. The Ram Power Play is brought to you by the 2013 Ram 1500 last week at Heinz Field. At the end of the first half, Pitt's Tom Savage threw up a Hail Mary pass against New Mexico. Freshman Tyler Boyd came down with his tremendous circus grab. Watch his foot. Boyd had a big day with almost 200 yards of total offense and 2 touchdowns as Pitt would run past New Mexico 49-27. 1st and 10 now Pitt. Connor in the game and running back for Tom Savage. 30-21. Connor has to change direction. We have a flag down on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Manessa Garner, who came across in motion, has had some success, was holding, and that's the initial call here.
Minus yardage on the play.
Yeah, they're trying to get a check, see if they want to accept the holding penalty or take the play.
Looks like Duke will accept the penalty.
Holding. Offense number 82. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
See if we can take a look at this and see it. Garner's going to come across. Here he is right here. Let's see if he's going to grab 16 Cash, I believe, is who he's blocking on. Kind of wraps up. Now Cash tried to pull loose, and you could see the jersey pull, and he took him down in the backfield. Nice job by Cash to play the edge and really draw the penalty with the way he made the play.
Bennett comes into the ball game now. It's going to be 1st down, but it's going to be 20. 1st and 20. Number 15. Bennett trying to get a little running room out of there. Not so lucky at that as he gets out to about the 21. Desmond Johnson, 4th-year junior, makes the tackle for the Duke Blue Devils.
Now Duke took that penalty. Most coaches will take the 10-yard holding penalty to move a team back behind the chains. Now 2nd and long here. And David Cutcliffe hoping his defense now can make a play to keep Tom Savage in a tough situation.
2nd and 13. Boyd and Weatherspoon are split out wide to the left. We've got a whistle. And another flag on the play.
False start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
PNC Bank presents our hardest working player. And our hardest working player is Kenny Ananiki. 95 tackles, 10 sacks, 3 forced fumbles in his career. More on Ananiki. Let's go for Rachel Barbeau on the sideline.
Yeah, this guy is a dream for coaches, as coaches call him the night train. They say he plays with his hair on fire. A 6-year senior that's had 5 knee surgeries. He means everything to this football team.
Street gets the completed pass from Savage. Good for 14, but it's still going to be shy of the 1st down, so it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah,
Young Wiseman on the top.
What it does, though, is it puts Pitt back in 3rd and medium situation. This is a very manageable 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 now for Tom Savage. So a nice hookup between Devin Street and Savage to put themselves in a very manageable 3rd down.
All right, Boyd is in his backfield. Street is split out wide to the right. Savage to throw. Has Boyd out there, completed a nice tackle. Made out there by Ross Cockrell. Wow.
Well, this is a senior corner that knows how to play the game and has seen just about every look he can see. Boyd is going to come out of the backfield and run the out route. Street is going to come in and try to rub off what he thinks is the backer covering the flat. But Cockrell sees the play, reads it, comes off of Street to make the tackle. That's a big-time play by an all-ACC performer.
Matt Yaklik into punt for Pitt. That's his first punt of the day. And a good play, as Art said, by Cockrell. Fought off the blocker and made the tackle. Crowder with the return. Crowder right up the middle. Crowder headed to the outside. Crowder with a punter to beat. Beats him, heads down the sidelines, and he's on his way for a score.
Hader, Duke, Jamison, Crowder with the punt return.
What David Cutcliffe calls it is hidden yardage. And there was a whole bunch of hidden yardage right here by his big-time playmaker, Jamison Crowder. Got good blocking at the point, and then it's the great speed to outrun the punter to the corner. His third touchdown of the day. What an unbelievable play. What a charge he put in the Duke Blue Devils on the sideline.
82 yards on the return by Jamison Crowder. His second punt return for touchdown this season. There's the kick. Martin is up. It's good. And it's a whole lot closer here in Durham. Fifth longest return in Duke history. Wow, a 2-point game with 3:08 left in the first half.
David Cutcliffe was adamant about one of the keys to the game. We talked about it off the start, was the hidden yardage win the kicking game. And this is a huge play in the kicking game. Not just flipping the field, but when you can put points on the board in the kicking game, that goes a long way to getting a W, no question about it. Let's go down to Rachel Balboa.
What a difference Jamison Crowder makes for this football team. This sidelines, guys were walking around with their heads down earlier, looking at each other, shaking their heads. But Jamison Crowder makes all the difference in the world. Guys jumping, dancing, high-fiving. They're excited down here.
His third touchdown of the day. Caught a 62-yard pass. Had a 7-yard run the last time Duke had the ball. And this 82-yard punt return has Duke within 2 points of Pitt on their home field.
What a first half. Talked about it from the start. There were playmakers all over the place. We highlighted a couple of them in the opening, and they have not disappointed. 30-28 with still 3 minutes to go first half.
Tyler Boyd back to kick. This is he's looking at Jamison Crowder and says, okay, let's see if I can equal that. Boyd with 2 touchdowns on the day. Crowder has put 3 on the board. And they're going to kick to him at the 6-yard line. Crowder runs into the interference. And now is tackled as he got out to about the 35-yard line, 36. And that's nice hidden yardage right there. 26-yard return. Well, get ready, Jason Aldean fans. On October 15th, Jason's releasing a live DVD from his sold-out concert at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Right now, fans can currently pre-order an exclusive signed copy of the DVD. Just go to jasonaldean.com and pre-order today. It's great having Jason kick off our telecast, not only this season, but 2 years ago. He's got his #1 hit single on the board, The Only Way I Know, from his platinum-selling album, Night Train.
Well, back-to-back scores by Duke now. The onus back on Pitt's offense to answer.
Here's Connor. Connor busts up through the middle. Go on the left side of that line, and he gets himself to midfield for a gain of 14.
Well, Connor has showed a burst that a 230-pound man's not supposed to have. Little step through the hole, and then a little acceleration to pick up the first down. We talked about Kenny Ananiki, and can he be a factor against the run as well as the pass? Excellent job blocking on the edge by Bisnawati, the left tackle. Talked about the experience. Bisnawati playing very well against a 6-year senior.
He and T.J. Clemmings are the newcomers to this offensive line for Pitt. Hand off, Connor again, and he is stood up. Helton, the first man to the scene, along with Jeremy Cash to finishing off. Closed captioning for ACC football is brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time.
Well, this is a Duke defense now that trying to win first down, I think, is their #1 goal. Did not do it on the first play that resulted in the first down. They won there. Now 2nd and 8.
Connor is the lone setback for Savage. He gets the handoff. And again, good pursuit by Duke that time. He got past the hole.
Boy, excellent play by Jamal Bruce, the sophomore defensive tackle. Really shoves left guard Corey King into the backfield. See the one-on-one, actually sends the center. Artie Roll gets shoved back into the backfield. Really blows the play up by Jamal Bruce.
New back in the game, Rashid Ibrahim out of Rockville, Maryland. Had 5 carries a week ago against New Mexico. 3rd down, though, coming. Pitt 2 of 6 on 3rd. Savage over the middle. Pass complete to Street. Good for the first down. Tackled by Young Wiseman. It's a gain of 10, and that'll move the markers. 1:13 remaining in this first half. Pitt in a hurry to get a score on the board.
Why not go back to your big-time player in Devin Street if you're going to get a first down? Paul Chris likes that. The two seniors going toe-to-toe there and getting that first down.
Street and Witherspoon are wide to the right. Savage looks left. Has a man out there. It is complete. No, it's incomplete, out of bounds. He was going to the back, Ibrahim, and we have a flag back in the line of scrimmage. See what Brad Allen's call is going to be here.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Holding, offense, number 69. Holding on the defense. Those penalties offset. We will replay first down.
So what you saw just didn't happen.
Yeah, Bisnawadi was going head-to-head with Ananicki. Talked about Ananicki, and he did a good job against him on the run, but hey, that's just normal work going on down there in the trenches between Ananicki and Bisnawadi. Bisnawadi threw the penalty for
balls out. What do I care, right? First and 10 at the 36. Savage has some time. Throws to Street, incomplete.
Well, better job this time by Duke in their zone coverage. They brought in the freshman Byron Fields at corner, but they've got good help on the inside from Helton, the linebacker, that made that a tough throw. And they missed each other. Jim Knowles' defense fighting tooth and nail after giving up a couple of big plays early in the game, have settled down a little bit and now making Duke earn it. Or making Pitt earn it on offense.
Boyd and Street are split to the same side on 2nd down and 10 at the 36 of Duke. There's the throw over there to Street. And Street is caught right there, right just beyond the line of scrimmage, and making the tackle, Garrett Patterson, 5th-year senior from Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, Garrett Patterson's a great story. A guy that's played special teams virtually the entire career here at Duke and got an opportunity to start at corner, makes a big play right there in the open field.
And let's take a look at our BMW Ultimate Drive, and it's the first possession for Pitt this afternoon that resulted in a touchdown.
Well, they really mixed it well. They ran it and threw it early. There, Devin Street with the big play, and then they settled in on running behind this big offensive line. Connor and Bennett carrying the football. Connor gets the ultimate play, punches it in. 12 plays, 85 yards. That's your BMW Ultimate Drive.
All right, big play coming here. Arch 3rd down and about 9. Pitt working just inside the 36-yard line of Duke. And the Duke defense has looked pretty good the last 2 series with the ball.
Now they've looked for the inside breaking route from Devin Street in this situation. Devin will go to the top of the screen and be isolated, 3 receivers bottom. But here's Devin Street, the senior, one-on-one with a great matchup in Russ Cockrell.
3rd down and 9, Savage to throw. Has time, looks and gets Witherspoon. Witherspoon, another Clareton veteran, a junior, gets the call, gets about 21 yards downfield and gets first down for Pitt.
This is an excellent throw by Savage. He's got to throw it underneath, over the top of the underneath defender, Cash, number 16, and in front of the corner, Garrett. Excellent job of throwing the football. They had it back in the flat that held Cash just enough to give Savage a little room to drop that over the top of him.
1st and 10, 29 seconds left to go. Savage with time again, pass into the end zone, touchdown to Boyd. Tyler Boyd with his 3rd touchdown of the day.
What a good read by Savage. Good protection again that allowed the quarterback to stand in there. But Boyd and Street are such a tough matchup. Boyd and Street lined up out inside of Boyd. He went to the corner, and then Boyd cut back to the inside. Linebackers got mixed up and provided a throwing lane. And Savage right on the money.
Blewett's kick after touchdown is good. And with 24 seconds left to go in the first half, Duke, well, Pitt put some distance here. Nice ball, nice catch.
Right, there they are, the 2 inside.
since any team in a conference with Boise State has really been in a position of strength to win the conference title, especially this early in the season. After the win last night, have you guys talked about looking forward and where the focus is going to be as far as your goals?
You know, our goals going into every year, first and foremost, is win a conference championship. That is always number one. That Coach Schroeder has instilled in us is that's our main thing. And after that, you know, you want to win. You know, take it 1 week at a time, because we set our goals out there, and if we do take it 1 week at a time, and I know it's cliche, but it works for us, and that's really how our focus is. And you know, if we can handle our business that week, then our goal gets closer and closer each and every time.
Derek Carr, Fresno State quarterback, College Game Day on ESPN Radio. How much do you think about the NFL and where you could possibly land?
Oh, man, I'm human. You know, of course it crosses my mind and all that stuff. But I know that I have an older brother, and he's instilled wisdom in me that, you know, thinking about that stuff and worrying about that stuff has, you know, absolutely no effect on me right now. It's not going to help me do anything unless I go out there and perform on the field on Saturdays. So that's my main focus. And wherever I end up, you know, I know that team is going to get someone who's going to work his butt off and, you know, try and outwork anyone that's around him.
Derek, it was really cool, though, to see your brother there on the sideline, you going up to him afterwards, saying, hey, this win was for him, your family, your new baby that you just mentioned. But campus looked like it was out of control last. I mean, that crowd was so much fun to watch on TV. What's that like as still a college guy that has all these responsibilities and realizing the cities and the campus is as fired up as they've been in a long time, beating Boise State for the first time in, 7 years?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, this community is on fire right now, and that's what it's about, man. You know, I don't do these things. You know, I don't play football for my glory or anything like that. First and foremost, I do it for my faith and my family, and then after that, I do it for the community and for everyone just to have joy and have a great time. Because when you go around town now, you know, people are on fire for.
Any last requests, Mr. Baldwin?
Mind grabbing my phone and opening the Capital One Purchase Eraser? I need to redeem some venture miles before my demise.
Okay.
It's easy to erase any recent travel expense I want. Just pick that flight right there, give it a few taps, and it's taken care of.
This is pretty easy, and I see it works on hotels too.
You bet. Now, if you like that, press the red button on top. How did he not see that coming? What's in your wallet?
This is the Capital One Halftime Report.
Welcome into the ESPN3 Halftime Report presented by Capital One. I'm Prim Saripapat. Coming up, we will join the ESPN Goal Line Network in progress. That will get you up to date with all the action that's going on today. Now, what is Goal Line? Well, it features unlimited live cut-ins, highlights, and analysis from the biggest matchups throughout the day. But first, let's take a look at this week's Capital One Cup impact performance from Thursday night, and that would be the quarterback for the Clemson Tigers and Heisman hopeful Taj Boyd. Against NC State, the senior was 24 of 37 and threw for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, and also added 38 rushing yards. He has yet to throw an interception in the team's first 3 games of the season. Now, next up for the Tigers, which is Wake Forest, next Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Well, as promised, we will get you updated with everything that is going on today as we join the Goal Line Network in progress. Just a reminder, the Goal Line is available through participating TV providers and live on Watch ESPN.
Vanderbilt shows up flat. I mean, they're sitting there, it's halfway through the third quarter. Right now, they're not getting any separation downfield, especially with Jordan Matthews. You would figure they'd be able to exploit the UMass secondary, but UMass is sitting back there in a 2 or 3 deep zone. Vanderbilt needs to line up and run the football right at UMass and get to the run game quickly.
John, as we watch this, the biggest thing that just comes to mind is the talent disparity between these two teams is huge, and you got to give the Minutemen all sorts of credit for hanging in.
Well, there's also an effort disparity when you play these kind of games. I'm sure Vanderbilt expected to just roll the ball out, be able to blow this team out. UMass kind of stumbles in there 0-3. This is a big deal for the UMass kids, and they're playing with greater emotion right now.
Those first 2 games, and boy, when Doyle took over in the main game, you could tell he was going to be the guy.
A little bit of a high pass, but the catch is made, and unlike Vanderbilt, UMass is throwing to its backs. That's Wilson with another catch before he's driven out of bounds. Picks up 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. UMass began this drive at their own 2-yard line following a brilliant punt.
And UMass is in a pretty good situation, actually, even with Doyle going down, because Wegson started 2 games already this year. He's been in this office. He's run this thing. And now he's had a week or so to sit back and not have the pressure on him. I'm not surprised he's doing well here in this drive.
Play action fake. Wegson under some pressure. Has a little room if he wants it. And he'll go out of bounds, and bodies go flying everywhere. Javon Marshall, 31, was chasing him. So was 69, Adam Butler, getting a lot of playing time with that nose tackle. No gain, 3rd down and 5. Where did you see the open?
Well, he had Elgin Long wide open coming across the middle, and he just never saw him. Here's the end of the play for you, but he kind of got knocked into a coach over there on the sidelines. But, boy, had he expanded his vision and just looked back a little bit, Long was coming wide open through the middle for about a 20-yard gain.
You got 3rd down, about almost 4. 7 out of 11, Vandy. He's given up on 3rd down. Through in the direction of the.
Welcome into the office. Does your office look like this? Does your man cave look like this? 6 games going on at once, John. We're watching everything across the country. What's catching your eye here today?
Right now, it's North Carolina and Georgia Tech. You look at the rain coming down on the field. And
man, all
those
day.
things are about the size. The raindrops are the size of manhole covers right now. And you would think that would benefit Georgia Tech, one of the best offenses, triple option offenses in the country, one of the top 10 scoring offenses right now. But North Carolina, I think, is winning the battle up front at the point of attack, especially on their offensive line, just getting movement. Right now, North Carolina up 20-14, but Georgia Tech's driving.
All right, let's go there now to Atlanta. Let's see what Vlad Lee and company can do under center. Pouring rain in Atlanta.
The 43-yard line of North Carolina. And Lee going to keep, and he gets away from the first defender, Tim Jackson, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. The kicking game obviously going to be important in a close game. Remember, North Carolina, on its first touchdown, elected, instead of going for the extra point, to fake it, try a 2-point conversion, and they failed. Guess if you're going to be here, better have fun, right? In the rain since about 10 a.m. local time. 2nd and 9. Lee with the pitch. Running room for Perkins inside the 30. And finally, Charles Perkins knocked out by Brian Walker inside the 20. That's about 25 yards on the ground.
It's the first time we've seen the great blocking that we know.
Over on ESPN 3, Eastern Michigan, John, it appears as though they've just tacked on a touchdown to try to creep a little bit closer to Ball State here. This is the Eagles score. Let's take a look at it.
Play is you see the 30-pound weight difference in the Eastern Michigan's offensive line versus the Ball State defensive line. They were able to lean on those guys, allow the back to basically walk into the end zone. Now you got to get this extra point to only be down 2 scores.
That was 27 unanswered points until Eastern Michigan gets.
Eagles back in it at home, still down 2 touchdowns. North Carolina, Georgia Tech. John, when we've been checking in, it seems like the Tar Heels have been controlling this game, but the weather has just really been the overriding concern all day long.
Yeah, and it's gonna probably affect North Carolina more than Georgia Tech, because North Carolina more of a passing offense behind Bryn Renner. Georgia Tech on the move right now behind that triple option. Just last several plays I've noticed they've gotten David Sims involved in the football game a little more. Right now, Georgia Tech inside the red zone.
Through the hole is David Sims. Inside the 5, down to the 3. It's 1st and goal.
It's amazing how you hit one big play on the perimeter and how that starts to open up the interior. And those things just go so well together in this offense. And the entire first half, they didn't have that perimeter element. It was very difficult to run the inside, but now they're starting to open up that lane on the inside for Sims and Lasky.
Those guys getting tired of facing the cut blocks on the perimeter?
Sure they are.
1st and goal. Lee going to keep. Try to stretch forward and get at least a yard. Malik Simmons on the tackle, so 2nd and goal. And a Georgia Tech player lost his helmet. It's David Sims, so they'll need a new B-back.
Well, and that's significant that he loses his helmet. I think that's the 2nd time that's happened to him.
2nd and goal for the Jackets. We'll keep an eye on it here. Big 4th down for Virginia Tech. And, John, I think they were stopped short. They are.
They are stopped short. Are you starting to buy into the upset alert here, Zubin? I know you looked at me a little funny when I talked about Marshall Vatek. Marshall showed up to play today.
Once again, the weather concern here. Logan Thomas also a big concern for Virginia Tech. All right, 2nd and goal. Lee trying to get it in, and he's going to be stopped short. Huge 3rd and goal here for the Jackets with more rain pelting the Southeast today.
What do you expect here? We've seen inside run plays, 1st and 2nd down.
Well, first thing, I think this is 4-down territory for Paul Johnson. He doesn't want 3 points. He wants 7. And so I think he's going to call this play like he understands he's got 2 plays. So maybe you'll see something on the edge.
All running plays on this drive. 9th play coming up. 3rd down and goal from inside the 1. It's a quarterback sneak and Vad Lee diving. He's in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Impressive push by that offensive line. No question he gets in there, and that's the way that Paul Johnson wanted to start this 2nd half. Get a stop on defense. How big is that penalty, that holding call on John Heck look now after they threw that ball? And
you're watching ESPN Goal Line presented by Capital One with John Berger. I'm Zubin Mehenti. Don't take anything for granted on the right-hand portion of your screen, John. Minnesota's missed 2 PATs and a field goal, but that one is good. And then, John, we had a ball game in Atlanta.
Yeah, we do. Georgia Tech just went on a long, sustained drive behind that triple option attack. And right now, Georgia Tech goes up by 1 against North Carolina. North Carolina had control early of that game. We'll keep you updated on that. How about Minnesota against San Jose State? Pretty impressive Minnesota so far, especially Mitch Leitner coming in, the new quarterback, and David Cobb running the football. Has got close to 100 yards already, especially going up against David Fales. David Fales for San Jose State, already 300 yards throwing the football against that Minnesota defense.
Lee's got to feel good for Georgia Tech. As you said, that had been all Carolina, and now Georgia Tech has a 1-point lead. Tulane scored a touchdown since the last time we saw you here. Syracuse still comfortably in command with about 7 seconds to go. We're taking a look at Terrell Hunt here. Really the quarterback of the future for the Orange. They lost Ryan Nassib a year ago, but he's looked pretty good, really good. He's very mobile, John.
Yeah, and you're starting to see Syracuse and their offensive line providing plenty of protection up front, giving him time to throw the football, and you can see his speed and athleticism, the ability to move the chains and keep those drives alive, and that's why I think Terrell Hunt, I think that's what he gives you at the quarterback position for Syracuse.
Look good. Numbers are very good today. 3 TDs, and Syracuse has a comfortable lead, 35-17. Just about to go to the half at the carry.
You know, it's so important, too. Hunt knew he was still competing for the job. Today was really like his second audition, his chance to take the job and run with it. He was excited, but obviously we talked about poise. He's had to relax and go out there and perform. He's got to be feeling great. He knew he could be the starting quarterback and that he was the best guy for the job in this team. He's had his chance now to go out and show his team that he's the guy.
Well, this coaching staff's done a good job of rallying the team to both guys. But Hunt has been a star here in the first half. This is Smith digging for the end zone. Touchdown. First rushing score of the day for Smith. And at the end of the day, all the logistics at the end of this half, they did it the old-fashioned way.
They certainly did. Look at Jerome Smith just one-on-one, just running over the defender. Darian Monroe had no chance against a big back Jerome Smith. When his shoulders are square to the line of scrimmage, tough to beat him in one-on-one there and 1 yard on the goal line going in the 1 yard line.
I tell you what, some good tape there for Syracuse to look at. 10 plays, 85 yards in 100 seconds for Terrell Hunt in the Orange. And Jerome Smith gets his 6th rushing score of the year. He's already got a catch for a score here in this first half as well. And Syracuse is
back to live action here on ESPN Goal Line. Marshall, Virginia Tech, Hurd up 7. You kind of called for it today. They've controlled the tempo of this game on the road.
Yeah, Marshall's playing well. Rakeem Cato at the quarterback position, really controlling this game. And Va Tech, again, really struggling offensively. And that's really what's keeping Marshall in this game is the turnovers. And right now, you can almost see Marshall just gaining confidence as this game gets deeper here in the third quarter.
Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Luther Maddie is there for Virginia Tech.
Most important thing right now for Marshall to do is take this football down and flip the field because they've been playing in the shadow of their own goalpost for this third quarter. They need to get a couple more first downs and be able to threaten to score, but change the field position.
Deep ball caught. Incredible one-handed grab by Tommy Schuler. Dietrich Bonner was all over him. It's a Marshall first down on a gain of 23.
Tom, this is a strike from Rakeem Cato. He's going to plant that back foot. He knows he's got man coverage going down the seam, and he throws a bullet just past the ear hole of Dietrich Bonner. Great concentration by Tommy Schuler, but a better throw by Cato.
They teamed up at Miami Central. They're doing it again here for Marshall. And on the slant, it is Schuler again. How good is Tommy Schuler? Last year against Purdue, which has a great defensive backfield, he had 19 catches. 19.
That's all?
For 200 yards.
He's a playmaker. This guy's been doing it since high school, down in Central High School, Miami, Florida.
4 wide. Here's the pace Marshall wanted. Cato will keep it. And he gets forward for the first down, or right at the marker. Let's see the spot. If he's short, it'll set up a third and very short. Cato keeps it again, and this time he has the first down.
Smart play by a quarterback. He knows he only needed a yard. Virginia Tech had penetration with their defensive front, so he takes the football away from Talaferro, keeps it himself for Doc Holliday, his head coach, and they continue to move the chains. The goal's been accomplished. Number one is to flip the field. Now you're thinking, we're getting close to the red zone. Can we add to our 7-point lead? They've been going to Tommy Schuler, who's manned up in the...
Schuler's off the field now. It's Evans who came in at the slot. They move the pile on the right side, and Talaferro picks up a few more. Woody Barron with the stop.
Yeah, that was Evans that came in for Schuler, but they've been wearing that combination out. Cato to Schuler, who comes back into the game now and is creating problems for this Virginia Tech defense.
Virginia Tech has allowed 265 yards today. They came in second in the nation in yards per game. Hokies' lone loss this season came to Alabama. Cato over the middle, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end Hoskins, who's had a hard time staying on the field today. And Kyle Fuller comes over to give him a welcome. Remember, they got into it in the second quarter.
And I don't think Gator's 100%. He came off the field the last offensive possession with a leg injury, a lower leg injury, and I don't think it's gotten any better.
3rd down and 7 for Marshall from the 24-yard line.
3rd and 7 as Hoskins gets helped off.
We hope you enjoy the fast action coverage from the Goal Line Network. We will continue to provide this service every Saturday throughout the college football season. That will do it for the ESPN3 Halftime Report presented by Capital One. I'm Prim Saripapat. Enjoy the second half.
Here's to being one of one. A true one of a kind.
Can lead to a big thing like that, and that's what we see.
Marshall at Virginia Tech.
Marshall leading this one 21-14, lining up for about a 40-yard field goal with just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It is wide right, so that remains a touchdown advantage for Marshall. Looking at the numbers here, Logan Thomas, 10 of 22, 2 picks. And, at this point, we keep saying, hey, he's got the physical tools. He's had some throws today, Brad, where you go, what are you doing out there?
Yeah, he had one that was kind of down the middle in the first half, and it was so far overthrown, I thought that he must have had his arm or his shoulder hit as he let it go, and I saw the replay, and nobody touched him. It was just an awful touch pass.
So coming up, we'll keep you locked into what's going on here with Georgia and North Texas. That's kind of the developing storyline. Georgia Tech has been able to take the lead back from North Carolina. They're now up 21-20, so that one's deep into the third quarter. So a lot going on there regarding those early games. Coming up next, we'll take a look at some game notes and including this question. Which running back stable would you rather have, the guys at Georgia or the guys out in Madison, Wisconsin? It's College Game Day on ESPN Radio.
So you're leaving that great barbecue joint in the Warehouse District, and you're about to get into your truck, except there is no truck, and holy cow, it hits you. Your keys are missing, and your Silverado's been stolen. And before you go crazy over the injustice of it all, you tap your OnStar app. A soothing woman says, no problem. And before you can say that thief is going down, she helps you file a police report. Then she pings a signal that bounces 12,000 miles into space, giving her the lat and long of your truck, which she shares with police and continues to share until the joyrider's in their sights. When the officer gives the go-ahead, OnStar sends a signal that slows his speed, just as the thief is saying, what the? And it's hard to say who's more amazed by the whiz-bang don't you dare mess with my truck technology. You or the guy who's about to do hard time. All because you drive a Chevrolet Silverado connected by OnStar. For details, availability, and system limitations, visit OnStar.com.
It's a showdown between NL Central rivals at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The Reds and Pirates, today at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN Radio app.
Before they were known as the Sunday NFL Countdown Crew, Boomer, TJ, Coach, Keyshawn, and Ray were known for being the
7 of 15 on third down. That's where it's going to happen for one of these two teams to win. Who wins on third down in the second half?
Well, we'll find out. Napa Know-How lets us analyze plays from the first half. Dave, you got one.
Well, this is a big one. We talked about Tyler Boyd. They want to stop the run, does Duke. They're going to commit some resources to the line of scrimmage. Corner has outside. They're playing half techniques with the safeties, and he's got Tyler Boyd on the post. Safety commits on the play action. See him step to the play action, just a count, and that's all it takes for the big-time player, Tyler Boyd, with a great speed. Excellent throw from Savage, and the youngster makes another big play.
Unbelievable. He's had quite an afternoon. 5 catches, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns. But don't count out Jamison Crowder. 151 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns. With Pitt with 460 yards total offense in the first half.
Yeah, those total offense numbers don't even reflect the 82-yard punt return from Jamison Crowder.
It's been an interesting first half. We got a second half to go. But before we go there, let's go to Rachel Barbeau standing by with David Cutcliffe, Duke coach.
All right, Coach, your quarterback gets a slow start with the 2 interceptions, but I saw you over there on the side talking to him. What was the difference in getting going?
Well, they set on routes early, and, you know, we really started executing and playing at a level we have to play. But we took the ball downfield, got them off of us a little bit. We can run the football against this team. We can throw it. We just have to execute. 2 turnovers, all these big plays. We've given up an enormous amount of yards. It's a 9-point game. You can be mad or you can go execute. We need to execute.
Yeah, you told us yesterday in the meetings that the hidden yardage was in the special teams. Talk about that success that you found in the first half.
Well, that's the first thing I told them here. We're going to have to win the kicking game in the second half. A great job by our punt return team. I think we've done an excellent job in the kickoff coverage and kickoff return game. We got to tackle a little better in the kickoff coverage, but I'm really anxious to see how we start this third quarter in the kicking game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Back up to you, Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. You know, it's as strange as it seems, I think Duke's success or failure in the second half of stopping Pitt is going to be what they do with Connor. How do they handle him, especially with those inside runs?
Yeah, the first down success, we've talked about it for both teams. Pitt had a lot of success on first down. Duke had a lot more success in the second part of the game, in the first half here in the second quarter, as Brandon Connett got his run game going and then ultimately was able to make some plays in the pass game. But it's going to come down, what third down situations can these two defenses put these explosive offenses in?
And we've seen 2 weeks in a row, 2 quarterbacks shake off early problems to come back and play fairly well. Tom Savage flew an interception on his first pass. It did not set up a touchdown, but of course 2 interceptions thrown by Brandon Connett, and he's recovered from those. Blewett to kick off, Pitt to kick it off here in the second half. Barnes and Powell are back, and this will be Barnes underneath it at the 3. Barnes splits up the middle and a return out to about the 25-yard line. And Kennett in the first half has done rather well.
Yeah, Brandon Kennett has been outstanding. Now, it didn't start very good. He threw an interception here to Hendricks and then another interception on the outside. And a lot of guys that haven't played quarterback might have fallen down right there and quit, but not this guy. Toughness, gets back to the run game. Big run there, set up a touchdown. And here's the throw to McCaffrey. Excellent job by Brandon Kennett tonight, not getting down on some of the failures early in the game.
Duke coming out 1st and 10. What do these two teams have for us in the second half? Kennett goes to Duncan, and there's nothing there.
Well, you have to figure that Pitt defensively, one of the first things they wanted to take care of was the inside running game, because that's something that was an area I think coming in that maybe was a given. They were going to be better up front in the interior. That was not the case. Duke was able to run the football through the middle. I think that's where it starts for Pitt defensively.
Price has joined that front four of Izell, Donald, and Durham. On second down, the pitch comes. And there is Duncan, and he gets a little bit of running room out to about the 30, so it'll be a gain of 4 on the play. Hendricks on the tackle for Pitt. Duke so far in this first half, 2 interceptions on their first 2 drives, then a touchdown 3 out of the next 4 times that they had the ball before the half ended.
Yeah, really started off slowly, but really stayed after it, continued to pound.
Hit 3 of 5 on third, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Braxton that time, had it in his hands.
An excellent start for Pitt's defense. Now I just got through talking about it. Can you win on third down? Both these offenses were moving up and down the field, and then in the second quarter, Pitt comes out with an initial. Remember, they come out with an initial stop. It was Pitt's offense that went right down the field in the first half. Duke is unable to do that to start the second half.
Witherspoon is back deep to get the kick, and it's a beautiful kick. They'll call for the fair catch at the 20. Wow, 50-yard kick, and it hung in the air for almost 5 seconds. And that's where Pitt will get it.
It's been big plays all over the field, but this kid, we talked about him from the beginning. Tyler Boyd, 130 yards receiving last week. He picks up right where he left off last week. It's almost like it's a continuation. He's had huge plays all over the field. 3 touchdowns in the first half from Tyler Boyd, the freshman.
James Conner, who's been their leading ground gainer, had 144 yards in that first half. Back there in the eye. Takes to the corner, and that's a nice chunk there. Cockrell knocked him out of bounds after a 7-yard gain.
We've talked about that matchup, Ananiki and Bisnawadi. That time Bisnawadi got enough of Ananiki to allow Conner to get to the edge with a nice pickup on first down.
Bisnawadi is one of the 2 young tackles that Pitt has in their offense, the 2 least experienced tackles. They made good account of themselves last week, and as Art says, they're doing the same this week. Bisnawadi on that play.
Excellent job on their first half possessions as well. Just seemed like they only stopped 1 time.
Savage throws on the run. It's complete to Boyd. Tackle made by Cash out there in the flats. A gain of about 5, but it's good enough for the first down.
Well, Savage has had a career day as well. We talked about how good Tyler Boyd's been. Devin Street's over 100 yards receiving, but Tom Savage is the guy slinging the rock. He's had good protection up front, but his decision making has even been better than it was a week ago. He was very good last week. This week, he's been almost flawless.
Conner is his running back again on 1st and 10. Conner turns the corner and fumbles out of bounds, but it'll go dead there after the first down. They'll mark it down at about the 45-yard line. Young Wiseman, who's had a bunch of tackles, flattens the ball carrier after 12.
Just good push with the big back. Kind of settled in to Conner being the featured back today. We saw last week that these 2 guys alternated back and forth. And Bennett's had some success when he's been in the game, but it's really been about the freshman, James Conner, today, running the football.
A couple of touchdowns for him today, and over 150 yards now with the 2 carries he's had so far. Savage the throw. He's had time every time, and he finds Street. Devin Street on the completion to the 25 of Duke, a 30-yard gain.
Well, you want to clear out with 1. Boyd's out here. Boyd's going to run the post to clear it, and here's Street. He's going to run the corner. You get the clear by Boyd, and then Street's going to slide right in behind Boyd in that void spot. Excellent throw from Savage.
Ibrahim gets the call at running back. Ibrahim tripped up.
Nice play by Cash coming off the edge to safety. Steve, we talked about, you've called Cash's name a number of times today. Knifed inside the block of Manessa Garner there. It's a little slow to get up, but makes a nice play on the running back.
Transfer from Ohio State. Sat out last year. He'll come to the sidelines. Got hurt. Edwards comes in for him. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. They're at the 25 of Duke, and they're trying to knock on the door of the red zone again. Pitt has had no problem moving the football.
Well, big play by Duke's defense right there now to put it in a situation where you're a little uncomfortable as an offensive coordinator on 2nd and 10.
See what Savage's response is. He'll hand off to Bennett. And Bennett is hit by Kelby Brown. Came into this game with 31 tackles. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Well, now you fall into that category. Can you win on 3rd down? We saw Pitt win on 3rd down in their defense in the first series of downs. Here, Duke's defense is backed up. An opportunity to get off the field here, force a field goal attempt.
Then it'll be the. Here's the passing by distance.
They got a huge number of plays. 6 plays, 20 plus there for 238 yards.
Street and Weatherspoon are split to one side. They're looking for Street, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Pitt.
Boy, what a great matchup. Russ Cockrell, the big-time corner, is going to come up and play bump and run against Devin Street. It's just the fade route. This is a one-on-one. You see Weissman Young coming on the young Weissman coming on the blitz. Excellent job of catching over the shoulder. What a perfect throw from Tom Savage. Look how close Cockrell is on coverage, but the ball dropped in perfectly as he breaks the plane of the goal line with the ball. Excellent throw and catch by the 2 seniors.
Blewett with the kick, the point after, makes it 44-28. But somehow this game doesn't want to end. Nice pass. Savage to Street, gets a foot down, and it's just like that for the Panthers. You by BB&T, official bank of the ACC, member FDIC. By Haviland, official motor oil of the ACC. By Food Line, official corporate champion of the ACC. By your Carolina Ford dealers. And by Hardy.
And there's Tom Savage, who's having himself quite a day. 5 touchdown passes. How about that?
Yeah, and he's got 2 guys that just go get the ball for him. Now Devin Street makes a catch. We talked about Tyler Boyd. Devin Street, a career high in yards today at 167 yards catching the football.
Got 6 catches on the day. And that gets him to within 11 of the all-time lead at Pitt. And this is Barnes, 1 yard deep. Flag on the play. Barnes, open room, only 1 guy to beat. And now he's driven out of bounds at the 37 of Pitt, but we have a flag. Matter of fact, 2 of them, one of them at the 16-yard line, the other at the 22. It is unofficially a 63-yard return, but it may be coming back.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 44. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
All right. We've got things going on up at Army with Wake at Army today, and with those developments, let's go back to our ACC studios in Charlotte.
Thank you, Steve. Time for a Hyundai update. Josh Harris for Wake Forest. 15 yards to the end zone. They also got the 2-point conversion. Wake is taking the lead 18-11 at West Point.
Interesting game up there at West Point. With great vistas to see a game. And this would be the worst start for Duke of the day. The penalty forces them back to the 11-yard line, 9-yard line, 8-yard line actually. And Snead is the setback from Brendan Connett on 1st and 10. He'll get the call. What a nice slice. Right up the middle, gets himself up to the 17-yard line and a gain of about 9. Vinapal on the tackle.
Lakeland Tomlinson, excellent block. The big guard inside. Talked about those 2 defenders, Donald and Ezell inside, but this veteran offensive line for Duke doing a good job of finding some room for their backs.
No, they had something like 250 total yards in the first half. We got another flag, and it looks like it's going to go against Duke.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
ACC fans, will you be the fan that wins a VIP trip to the biggest game of the week? Enter the sweepstakes every week by tackling Coach's Challenge and share it with the hashtag #BeTheFan. Official rules at attbethefan.com. So the penalty will set them back from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and a long 5. Almost 6. Cadet decides not to pitch. It's a little extra yardage on it, but he's still going to be shy of the first down. It's out to about the 17, needed the 18 for the first. Durham on the tackle for Pitt.
That's a good job by Connett to fake the pitch. Juan Price is right there, number 5, the defender, and it's a good job of Connett stepping out of that. You see the strength of the quarterback to get it to 3rd and short here.
Big 3rd down conversion coming for the Duke Blue Devils. It's match the score time. Down 44-27. 44-28. Connett, I don't think he's got it.
Just had to break the 28-yard line. I think he's got it. He got it by a good chunk. They gave him a good spot. Just got it almost the 19-yard line. Instead of break the 18.
You're right. Price and Ezell trying to hold him up, but Connett did force himself ahead and brings up 1st down. So a big play for the Duke offense. Connett seemingly has settled down since that first quarter where he threw 2 picks. Connett on the keep again. And not much working on the corner. And Todd Thomas leads the charge for a gain of 1, maybe to the 20.
Yeah, excellent play by Todd Thomas. We talked about how good he was a week ago. 10 tackles, 2 for loss. He's been big again today. Did a nice job of seeing that QB keep off the zone read and being there to limit the game to just 1.
He had 5 tackles in the first half. 2nd down and 9. Out to the flats, complete to Snead, and Snead driven out of bounds by Shane Gordon. On Todd Thomas. Let's go down to Rachel Barbeau on the sidelines.
Yeah, this linebacker left the team early in August. He was upset that he was running with the 2s. After a day, he realized he wanted to come back. Coach Chris said, you know what? I'm going to let him sweat it out for a little bit. So for about a week, he did let him sweat out. But he said, you've got to talk to the seniors. You got to talk to your team. And they said, you can come back, but your attitude has to be good, and we have to see that reflected. And it has. And you've seen this start today and the big impact he's made.
10 tackles last week, 6 already today. The pass here on 3rd down incomplete by Brandon Cannett. And the punting unit comes out.
Now this is two series in a row now. Duke's offense has not been able to convert deep in their own end on 3rd down. And talked about at halftime the adjustments or what needed to happen, which defense was going to win the 3rd down battle. Right now, Pitt is 2 for 2 in 3rd down wins for their defense.
Monday back to punt. Witherspoon is the D-back for Pitt. Good line drive. Drives him back to the 22. And not much of a return as he gets out to the 26. 53-yard punt and a 7-yard return. So the net is 46. Juwan Thompson on the tackle. Tyler Boyd has made his presence felt in the ACC in just a short amount of time. The Pitt Panthers lead the Duke Blue Devils. All right, we'll be in Chapel Hill to see the Tar Heels next week as they take on East Carolina. That's a great rivalry, and they've had some great games in the last couple of years. 1st and 10. Pitt at their own 27. Hand off to Connor. And Connor tries to turn the corner, but young Wiseman is there for the tackle. And Fields also in on the tackle for Duke.
Yeah, excellent job by the freshman corner, Byron Fields from Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 14 does a good job of sliding up and getting in on the big back. Not a big player, 185 pounds, but they've been alternating. They're trying to find a corner to play opposite Russ Cockrell, and Fields is one of those guys that is really surfaced in training camp and is getting a lot of playing time as a freshman.
Well, that's where their most of their inexperience is, in the defensive secondary, with the exception of Cockrell. Handoff now comes to Bennett. Pulls his way ahead to about the 34-yard line. France makes the tackle.
That collision. Linebacker France at 230 pounds, number 54 comes across, and big time collision. Well, James Conner, a 230-pound running back. Now, another one of these third down situations. Duke has been unable to win these here in the second half, where Pitt has. So here's an opportunity for Duke to get off the field.
Pitt 5 of 9 on third down. Leading in this game 44-28. Savage steps, fires, intended for Boyd and nearly picked off. Great play by Fields.
Boy, what a great job by the freshman. Just talked about Byron Fields. Can he step up and be the guy? He's going to take on the other freshman, Tyler Boyd, who's been a monster today. But a great job of breaking in front and almost got to carry him and pick it off. What a nice play by the youngster.
And only the second punt of the day by Matt Yaklik. Crowder's back to catch it. The last time he was back there, he returned it 82 for a touchdown.
He's going to have a return, low kick.
Yep, line drive. At least 10 yards before he beats the first defender. And not as successful this time, but a nice return out to the 25-yard line. 51-yard kick, an 11-yard return. Timeout on the field. We'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. Watching the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports, also streaming live now on the ACC.com and on the official ACC mobile app. I want to remind you that ACC football games are brought to you in high definition by the ACC Network. First and 10, Duke at their own 25-yard line, trailing here 44-28. Here's Connett, looking like he's going to keep. Throws to Crowder, and he just can't get there. Connett shaken up.
And that took a big shot, but it looked like K'Wan Williams got away with grabbing Crowder's jerseys. He tried to come back to catch the football. But Crowder's gotten beat around today. Let's watch the end of this play as Connett's going to take a big shot right there. Todd Thomas. Stay down. Let's look at Crowder now here at the back end of this play. Watch the defender reach out and grab his jersey. Just grabbed enough of his jersey to keep him from coming back.
On 2nd and 10, the pass to the flats intended for Powell, Shaquille Powell. It goes incomplete. And unless Duke makes his third down conversion, this will be a very short possession.
Well, good job by Pitt's defense now to force Duke into really the area they don't want to be in, and that's 3rd and long, because now you force Connett's hand into having to throw the football. As long as there's a run-pass option for Connett, you're in good shape. But Pitt's defense has really done a nice job here on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, that first play was the key. Connett faking, giving a good fake to the run, and then looking for Crowder to get free. He couldn't get the ball. And that 4 incompletes in a row. Pass complete to Crowder. Crowder knocked out of bounds at the 33.5. It's going to be shy of the first down. Good play by Lafayette Pitts.
Well, you said it. Pitts does an excellent job against Crowder. Crowder does a really good job. He's going to do a little delay route. Now watch him get upfield right now. But Pitts realizes where the sticks are and bounces the talented Crowder out of bounds prior to getting the first down. Has forced David Cutcliffe's hand. He's going to have to punt it deep in his own end.
Will Monday to do the honors. 6:09 left to go in his third quarter. Duke having to give the football up again.
Pittsburgh's kept some little defensive players out on the field and think there's a fake here.
Juwan Thompson up on the short area. Here comes the pass, and it's going to be flattened for a loss on the play. Thomas making the tackle.
Again,
the pass complete to Sink.
2 weeks in a row for Todd Thomas on special teams. A lot of window dressing going on by the punt unit to try to maybe get Pitt to jump offside. Ultimately, they decide to fake it. They're going to throw it out the backside of number 8, Todd Thomas, who made the play last week on punt team, makes it again. What a nice play, understanding what his job was.
Well, Rachel told you the story about Todd Thomas and what's been going on in his life, and he's been nothing but performing ever since. What a great play by Thomas. A big tackle, open field to stop it right there on downs. 1st and 10 for Pitt. They're at the Duke 30. Connor looking to ride the sled to the 28-yard line. Gain of about 3, maybe.
Well, you just feel like when they hand Thomas the ball, when they had Connor the ball, it's just like he falls forward for 3 yards. I mean, they really had the big offensive line that kind of leans on you and pushes. And I don't think either one of these trench groups, offense and defensive lines, are going to have a tough time sleeping tonight. They're very physical up front.
2nd down and 7. Street in motion. Play action. Savage on the rollout. Complete to Witherspoon. That's Garner, actually, on a 13-yard gain and 1st down. And let's head to the studios. Our ACC studios in Charlotte, and Tom Wormy.
Thanks, Steve. Time for a Hyundai update. Wake Forest pulling away from Army. Josh Harris, 6 yards on the TD run, is second of the game. Wake has a 25-11 lead against the Cadets. Steve?
All right, Tom. That's a good outing for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, who have struggled a bit in the early part of the season. 1st and 10 now for Pitt. They're at the Duke 14. This is Connor again, and he gets bent over in half. Making the key play there. Borders on the play.
Yeah, Russ Cockrell, the corner, also playing outside as well. As Duke defender still down on the field. Looks like Kelby Brown, the middle linebacker. Kelby's been battling injuries his whole career here at Duke. And boy, when they said that Kelby Brown was going to start at linebacker and be a big part of what they were going to do in the middle, you can see the eyes light up. All the Duke coaches say, this guy is a monster. Here he is, number 59. See what happens to him. Nice little cutoff block. Oh, he gets caught in traffic, and that happens so often. Another player falling to the ground clipped him on the right leg, it looked like.
That'll be a tough loss for them if he's not able to stay in.
It's amazing the guys that play in that box area, the linebackers and both sides of the offensive line. There's bodies falling, people chopping, all sorts of stuff falling in that guys are able to play. Really tough football players down in there.
And there's his brother, Kyler Brown, who just passed by, number 56. Here's 59. Kelby Brown coming off to the sidelines.
And that's the knee. You see he's got a little wrap on that knee already. That's the one that got rolled up there. Hopefully he's okay.
They'll put their second group in, Helton and Kelby's brother, Kyler.
Yeah, he missed all of 2012 with a knee injury, so we're excited to have him back on the field.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Bennett back in the ball game for Pitt. Savage is sent down. Brought down by Cockrell.
Nice job dialing up a blitz there, Steve. Came with the corner fire. You mentioned Russ Cockrell coming off the edge and did a really good job. Jim Knowles wants to blitz occasionally, just wants to pick and choose, and here he picks a great moment to bring his corner from the short side, and he's able to put Savage on the ground.
In the red zone today, 4 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. 50% off touchdown percentages here. And they're down with a key 3rd down and about 13.
Yeah, here's Boyd and Scott right here. Boyd and Street in the slot.
They need the 4 for the 1st down. They got it. They got a touchdown. That's to the tight end. Looks like Orndorff had a touchdown last week against New Mexico and gets one in conference play and gets Pitt to 50 points.
Well, that's a nice job by Joe Rudolph to get the 3 receivers into the boundary, but Orndorff, the tight end, just slips up the field and runs a little inside bending route against the best cover guy in Duke's secondary and Russ Cockrell, and maybe fell asleep a little bit on that backside. Nice job of using his eyes to look off the safety by Tom Savage.
Orndorff is a true freshman, Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. Blewett gets the kick after. And now the Pitt Panthers have their biggest margin in a little bit. 51-28. And for more on James Conner, has been a very big person on this offense this afternoon. Let's go to Rachel Barbeau on the sideline.
Yes, guys, he has been absolutely spectacular today, spectacular last week as well. And he was running with a heavy heart, 2 touchdowns last week as he was running for his friend Alyssa Josephine O'Neill, 18 years old, just a couple of weeks. She passes away from an epileptic seizure out of nowhere. Her family goes to Starbucks to do something to pay it forward in her honor, and they bought people's pumpkin spice coffees. And the baristas there were so taken with her story, they started to use the hashtag AJO and pay it forward, and it has sparked a movement across the country. I checked last night on Instagram, over 15,000 posts with the tag AJO. Ellen DeGeneres Show, the Zach Brown Band, they are inspiring through this young lady to change the world and pay it forward.
Well, James Conner has paid it forward this afternoon for the Pitt Panthers, a true freshman. And you see a lot of them. We talk a lot about it. We talk about Boyd out at the wide receiver spot and Conner here. These are guys that are going to be around in the Pitt program for quite a while. The kick is out of bounds or out through the end zone. It's going to be taken at by the Duke Blue Devils offensively. And they got some things to do. They've got Kelby Brown on the sideline trying to get his way back into the ballgame defensively.
Well, it's up to the Duke offense. They've grown stagnant here in the second half. Pitt's been able to convert on their 3rd down, subsequently put a couple of touchdowns on the board. Pitt's defense has risen up and kept Duke really out of the end zone, really kept them in bad situations. So it's going to be up to Connett now to make some plays.
He's got Jalay Duncan at his left. Play action, Connett to throw. Lifts one out there, complete. It's going to be Braxton, and Braxton crosses field, heads for the end zone, touchdown Duke! 75 yards. Brandon Braxton. Third career touchdown for Brandon Braxton. Took 13 seconds for Duke to flip the field and score.
We just talked about Connett making a play. Boy, it was like we were in his ear. His excellent throw there on the move to get Brandon Braxton the football. Didn't catch a ball last week. He's caught a 2 today, and none bigger than that one.
Ross Martin with a kick after, and it is good. So the scoreboard working overtime. I wonder if they got triple digits on this thing. We got another quarter and 3 minutes to go.
Now Brandon Braxton's going to come across the formation. He's up here at the top, going to run the over route. Crowder's going to clear it. He's going to mirror his quarterback. A little play fake. Connett buys some time. Excellent throw. Defender's not looking for the football. And then great speed. Brandon Braxton, a guy that's played running back, receiver, actually played defensive back a year ago. But an outstanding job of just turning on the Jets and putting it in the end zone.
You know, had he gone with the momentum of the throw, he'd have run right into the tackle. But he cut direction and headed out into that left corner and ran away from everybody.
Excellent throw by Connett. Bought himself a little bit of time in the pocket and found Braxton, who was running that deep over route, and just exactly what Duke needed after really doing nothing offensively here in the second half. They get a huge explosion play.
Father David played 6 years in the NFL, and not that he's mighty proud of what he's done today. Brandon Braxton from Charlotte, North Carolina, senior here at Duke, getting the touchdown.
They started 8 games last year at defensive back. Very versatile football player.
Witherspoon is back there in kickoff formation. He'll get the catch at the goal line. Witherspoon. And he's brought down at the 23-yard line. Well, let's go down to the sidelines and Rachel Barbeau with a note about the reaction to that football and that touchdown.
Yes, one of the happiest guys on the sideline is injured quarterback Anthony Boone. I spoke with him before the game, and he said, I just told Brandon, be Brandon. Don't try to do much else. Be Brandon. Do what you know. He's recovering from a collarbone injury, and they did not have to have surgery, guys, but he said the recovery is so brutal. He has to sleep sitting in a chair, sitting up, and not move. But he said he's out of the brace and excited, and the road to recovery is very speedy for this guy.
6 or 7 weeks out. Here's Boyd with a nice catch. Good block by Street on the corner to free Boyd out to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
Well, how about the ankle breaker move he just made on Fields? Fields had the play. The young corner had the play earlier in the game where he knocked it away. But Brandon Boyd just broke his ankles on that play with a little hesitation move and a nice run on first down.
You know, it's nice to see how these coaches now discover new talent. We talked about Fields as a true freshman. He's still in the game. We talked about Boyd and what he's been able to do. And Connors in the backfield. He's a true freshman for Pitt. Play action for Savage on second down. Pass complete to Boyd. And knocked out of bounds by Cash. Blown out of bounds at the 43. It's good enough for a first down after an 8-yard gain.
Little bootleg play here. Boyd's going to come across the formation underneath. Nice job of hiding him in the pattern. And a quick throw from Savage. Gets him the football. Just a lot of different ways that they get Tyler Boyd the football. That was another way of finding a way to get the big-time playmaker the ball.
He's run for his score and caught 2 others. Got 7 pass receptions on the day. Came in with 8 on the season in the first 2 games. And O'Connor spins for a gain of about 2.5.
Good job by that Pitt defense trying to limit the first down play, trying to put Pitt in a tough situation on third down. But it's been a very physical game. There's Jamal Bruce, number 91 right there. He's made a number of plays, the sophomore at defensive front, trying to hang in there against a huge offensive line for Pitt.
Second down at about 8. Bennett is in the backfield. Boyd in motion. They'll fake the end around to him. The pass is complete to Bennett, and Bennett is going to be short of the first down. He gets to midfield. He'll be about 3 yards short.
Boy, this had a chance to be a great play by Russ Cockrell, but he misses the tackle, and now on third down, he's going to have to come off the field because his helmet pops off his head. But it's a 3-count screen. Fake the reverse. Now the linemen get out in front. Bennett's going to slip him behind. Look, Cockrell. He's right there to make the play. He could not squeeze him and put him down. Now they stopped him short. But Cockrell had to go to the sideline because his helmet came off. So now third down conversion situation, and your number 1 defender from a coverage standpoint stand on the sideline.
Savage on the day, 20 of 27, 403 and 6 touchdowns. Wow. Big play coming. We got a whistle and a flag.
False start. Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So it'll be third down and 8. Let's go to our ACC studios and Tom Wormy in Charlotte.
Thank you, Steve. Hyundai update. Late fourth quarter, Virginia Tech on 4th and goal.
Critical 4th and 3. Logan Thomas throws the ricochet pass.
What a catch by Willie Byrne, and we're tied at 21.
couple of good ball games in the conference today.
Because of the penalty, Cockrell back on the field now, number 6, the corner.
Witherspoon and Boyd are split to the bottom side of your screen. Savage with time. Watch Witherspoon, overthrows him. He was wide open. He had gotten behind the defender, Jeremy Cash, by about 5 yards.
Yeah, this is a blown coverage because they get the clearing route. Here he is right here. Going to run he's going to rub off of Boyd right there. And Cash, the safety, thinks he's got help to the backside, and he didn't have any help. In fact, after the incompletion, just too tall with the throw. He's going to turn around and look back inside and say, hey, what's going on? Where are you guys? He expected corner help behind him.
And believe me, that conversation continued on the sidelines. Crowder is back. Oh. They'll call for the fair catch. Back to about the 19-yard line. 35-yard kick and no return. Enter the CPI Red Zone Fan Experience Sweepstakes for your chance to win weekly prizes and the ultimate VIP trip to 4 to the ACC Football Championship game. Visit cpisecurity.com/ACC today to register for your chance to win. Well, you know, at halftime, I stepped out of the booth and onto the roof of the stadium, and I felt a few sprinkles, and we understand that from some fans in the stands, it's starting to rain ever so slightly. They were looking for rain later on this afternoon. This might be later on this afternoon. Cadet pass complete to Braxton. And out to about the 26. Gonzalez in on the tackle for Pitt.
Brandon Braxton just had the big play from Connett, number 5 right there. A good first down play. Again, a lot of time left in this game. 20 seconds left here, third quarter. Got a full quarter of football left to play.
Got to take note of the Duke defense. They stopped Pitt the last time around, so they had to get a chance to get closer here. There goes Snead. Snead trying for the first down. He's going to be very close. This should be the last play of the third quarter. Hendricks on the tackle. The chains are moving, so he's made the first down for Duke. And that's what they'll start when we come back, I think, as the clock getting ready to run out. The third quarter has come to an end here in Durham. It's been a score fest. 86 points, and we're nowhere done yet. 15 more minutes to go, maybe more. It's Pitt 51, Duke 35 after 3.
Back to Durham on the ACC network, and there's our score, 51-35. 86 points in 3 quarters. Pitt outscoring Duke in the third, 14-7. Duke with the football, 1st and 10. Connett to throw. Backs up, looking for Crowder. He got him! Pitt's covering on the play, but Crowder gets it to the 36 of Pitt.
Well, it's a really good job by Lafayette Pitts to start off with. He's right in Crowder's hip pocket. Excellent job of battling him, but Crowder turns back the underthrown ball and makes another great play.
33 yards downfield. Here's Snead on 1st and 10. He'll get to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of about 4 yards. Our third quarter stats brought to you by Food Lion. Look at that. 975 yards of total offense. Amazing. Connett to throw. Has a man out there. His tight end. It is complete. And that is Deaver, Braxton Deaver, getting the catch. Getting him the first down.
They faked a quick screen, Steve, to the outside to Crowder, and then throw the ball to Deaver. And it's actually a good decision by Connett because the safety stayed back, so he threw the ball on the line to get the first down.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Connett, quick throw to Deaver again, and a great individual tackle made that time by K'Wan Williams.
Running the bubble screen to the outside this time to Brandon Braxton, and just an excellent job on the outside by K'Wan Williams to make the play. And a lot more pace to the offense right now. You almost feel like that they've stepped it up a little bit. They want to play fast, but this even is a little bit faster than we've seen them so far today.
Down 16 into the 4th. Task gets a little more urgent for Connett. Fires, pass complete at the 1-yard line. That's McCaffrey, who's already caught a touchdown pass today.
Connett's really settling in. A little ball fake to the outside. Watch him fake it to the corner and then shoot it in behind the corner to McCaffrey, and another acrobatic grab by McCaffrey.
Connett has Snead lined up in back of him. It's Snead with the ball. Touchdown. No, Connett kept and carried. I thought Snead got it.
Well, that's what they wanted you to think, Steve. They wanted you to think that Snead, they wanted Snead to have the football. That's what he tried to get Pitt to believe. You bought it. Snead almost got in, but Connett kept it, ran through the tackle of the linebacker Gordon, and shoves it into the end zone. Nice drive by Brandon Connett right there.
And a 2-point conversion try coming up here for the Duke Blue Devils, who are 10 back now with 13:36 to play. And the rain now is starting to come down. The umbrellas go out, and the rain we thought which would hold off till about the 4 o'clock hour said to heck with it. We like what we see too.
Here's Crowder one-on-one right down here.
Connett tries to carry again. This time Pitt will not be fooled. Donald had enough of that. And Brandon Connett getting up slowly. Yep. Well, we're going to get wet for the remainder of this one. Timeout on the field. It is Pitt 51, Duke 41. DC football is brought to you by CPI Security Systems, by BMW, by Progressive Insurance, by AT&T, exclusive wireless provider of the ACC, and by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas.
And there's a look at the Duke campus, the Sarah Duke Gardens. And right now, after the failed two-point conversion, Duke getting ready to kick off. The rain coming down as we are underway here in the fourth quarter, 13:36. And Weatherspoon watches that one trail out of bounds. We've got a final in the ACC, and with the details, let's go back to our ACC studios and Tom Werner.
Hyundai update from Atlanta, North Carolina, and Georgia Tech. It is Vadley. Watch this run for the decisive first down. Georgia Tech scores 21 straight points, wins 28-20. The Yellow Jackets are now bringing home.
Wow, what a win for Georgia Tech. Tough loss for the Tar Heels. We'll see North Carolina next week.
Georgia Tech was down 14-0 in that game and came back and won the game. That's an excellent job defending your home field by the Jackets.
First and 10, Savage rolls out. Man in his face, lets it fly. He's got Street out there, but Duke in defense. Basketball not too far off. We've got some people here thinking about it. What score will be higher? Pitt against Duke, football or basketball? Hashtag ACC. That's from Mike Hutch.
Yeah, well, based on the scoring we've seen here in the first 3 quarters and a minute and a half, we're going to have to hold off on that prediction because we could have several more points scored here.
Bennett is in the backfield now for Pitt on second down and 10. Rain right in the face of Tom Savage. Handoff comes out and hit for no gain. That's going to be Woodruff. Jonathan Woodruff. A loss of 1 on the play, so the Duke defense digs in.
They needed a play, come off the edge, make the tackle. Nice job of knifing inside. Had to been a blown assignment up front because nobody blocked Woodruff. He stepped inside the tackle and made the play.
Boyd split wide outside his shoulder as Weatherspoon to the top side street on third and long. Savage flushed out of the pocket. Throws on the run. And it heads into the sideline. Duke has held. The Blue Devils have held.
Steve, we talked about it at halftime. Who's going to be able to win some of these third down battles and get these offenses off the field? And the third 3 and out now in the second half for Pitt. Excellent job by Duke. They begin to flip the tables on a Pitt offense. It's been virtually unstoppable today.
And the rain, which was just a sprinkle, is now a downpour here at Durham. Here in punt formation. Crowder is back. He's already returned one today for a touchdown. He'll pick this one up on the bounce. Head through the middle and gets pretty good field position for Duke now. They'll start this drive at their own 47. A 43-yard kick and a 15-yard return. Nice stand by the Duke defense. When we come back, we'll see the Duke offense back on the field.
Caleb has in Brandon Connett. That says it all. And even through 2 interceptions today, he's come back.
Well, he has come back, and you can say it all you want to, but when a guy responds to his coach's belief, that's when you really buy in as the players, and they have to have bought into what Connett has been able to do after throwing 2 early interceptions. He has stormed back. Not only has he thrown the ball extremely well, but he's done an outstanding job of showing toughness and running the ball, and he really has been the driving force of them coming back.
Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. Best field position of the day for Duke. Let's see what the Blue Devils do with it when we come back.
Hey, buddy.
Play back in here with 12:33 left to go in the 4th quarter. This is the first time Duke has put the ball in play after getting it at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Connett to throw. Pass intercepted. Shane Gordon, a 5th-year senior, stepped right in front of that one.
Yeah, waited too long to turn it loose. Little bootleg play had Brandon Braxton dragging. Very similar play they threw for the touchdown. Braxton trying to mirror his quarterback because he was going right, but he waits too long to let it go. Gordon, 44, is going to pick it, let it go, but he waits too long, and now Gordon gets his head around, and he hits Gordon right in the breadbasket with the football. So probably the decision there for Connett. He's been such a good runner today. Tuck that one underneath. You don't need to turn it over to your midfield. You got a great opportunity in short field. Keep that football, run with it.
3rd interception he's thrown today. 1st and 10. Now Pitt with the football. They've got good field position. They're on 40. Savage to Connor. Really up 51-41. Pittsburgh can afford to take some time off the clock. Cash in on the tackle for Duke.
Well, Jeremy Cash has been around the line of scrimmage all day long. Number 16, the safety. Sophomore, we talked about him. He's transferred in from Ohio State. Played a little bit as a freshman, then redshirted his transfer year. And has been very good. Very aggressive player. Likes to come up and play in the box. And he's been around the line of scrimmage all day long.
Now both teams are finding some heroes in this game. Things that they can build on for the season. Bennett is the setback now for Pitt on 2nd down and about 8. Bennett hit as he came to the side. Cockrell put a hit on him, but he fell ahead to the 45-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 5.
Another defensive back. Ross Cockrell comes in and makes a play for Duke. Their secondary creeping up near the line of scrimmage to try to force Pitt into some of these 3rd down situations. And here's where Duke's been good. 3 3-and-outs for the Pitt defense forced against the Pitt offense.
3rd down coming and about 6. Pitt 6 of 13 on third. Savage to throw. Looked pass complete, but shy of the first down. Almost no gain that time on the pass out to Ibrahim.
Anthony Young-Weisman makes the play in the flat. Good protection up front. See, Ananiki gets chipped there as Ibrahim releases into the flat, but good job by Young-Weisman to come up and make the play, and another 3 and out forced by this Duke defense.
Yockwood will be on to kick again. This is an important one. Crowder can bring it back, has already brought it back to the house once. And he's standing at his own 11-yard line. Plenty of time left in a 10-point lead for Pitt, 51-41. We've got a flag on the play.
False start by snap infraction. Number 67, offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
It's on. The ACC mobile app features live games, videos, scores, stats, and news. Download it on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Your team's your app. The ACC mobile app, presented by Carrabba's. Download it today. All right, Pitt now looking at 4th and 9 from their 41.
Seen a lot of low punts, Steve. Crowder's had some opportunities.
It's a high snap. There's another low punt, but Crowder falls to the ground as he fields it at his own 29-yard line. It's a gain, kick of 32.
That takes a lot of guts to come up and make that play. He's had guts all day long. Crowder's been phenomenal. Here he is on a little sweep, came in motion, got in the end zone, dove in the end zone. And then how about the punt return? 82 yards for Jamison Crowder as he got a little crease to the outside and then showed the great speed. And then when they needed a play over the top here late in the game, underthrown ball, works the sideline. Excellent play. Crowder's had a huge day.
First down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Duke with the football. Down 10. Connect to Crowder. Big block on the corner. Crowder breaks free. He could be going to the races. He's gone at the 15. We got a flag on the play. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, but there are flags at the Duke 34 and the Duke 44.
And it's got to be a hold. They fake the screen left through the screen back to the right. And Crowder was benefit of pretty good blocks, but may come back because of a hold.
Wow.
There are 2 fouls on the offense. Holding, number 62. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 77. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards. First down.
Blake and Tomlinson.
Skura and Tomlinson are going to get out in front, 77 and 62. There he is right there working on Todd Thomas, and he pretty wrapped him up there pretty good. There's the second hold right there of Skura, the center. Didn't see so much the hold on Skura, but certainly Tomlinson racked up Todd Thomas on the play. So a huge play by Crowder's called back.
Yes, it is. But no doubt about it. That was the right call. 1st and 15 now. Ball backed up to the Duke 23. Here comes a quick run. That's Snead. Not much there, about 2 yards. Opening up 2nd down and long yardage again, about 11. Galambos makes a nice stop for the Pitt Panthers. We're seeing some pretty good young stars for both of these teams. True freshmen, Galambos. And that tackle there. 2nd down. Kennett in the gun. Releases quickly. Out there complete. And it's brought down there by Barnes. That'll be a gain of 7. It's going to be still shy of the first down.
Janelle Barnes, the catcher, limping off the field. He's a part of their special teams return unit. Gets in occasionally. That receiver reaching and grabbing that left leg as he limps to the sideline. But freshman from Lehigh Acres, Florida. Another guy they're excited about.
True freshman. On 3rd down. Connett throws. Intercepted. Intercepted by Gonzalez. He runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt. Wow. How your day can change.
Well, Connett's battle tackled all day long, but ultimately he's an inexperienced passer still trying to learn the game. He's going to try to throw a little pop pass to Snead over the ball and just never picked up the linebacker who's in that check down area. Gonzalez squeezes it and a pretty easy waltz into the end zone right there. But pressure up front got in Connett's face. He didn't have time to wait for it to see if it was open, and he trusted what he saw at pre-snap was there, and it was not. Gonzalez stepped in front and took away the check down throw.
33-yard interception return by Gonzalez. The kick here by Blewett is good. And here we go. Gonzalez runs it into the end zone for a Pitt score. We'll be back after this word from your local ACC station.
Marshall and Virginia Tech into overtime. Marshall has a chance from 39 yards away to win it. Virginia Tech blocks it. Then in double overtime. Look at this defensive play, Coach.
Marshall trying to throw a deep ball, gets hit from the blind side, and the guy with the big gas tank runs out of gas.
Derek Hopkins picked it up. Had he scored, the game would have been over. Right now, Virginia Tech has the ball in double overtime.
Wow. The Thundering Herd giving Virginia Tech all they can ask for up in Blacksburg this afternoon. And here in Durham, the Pitt Panthers have just scored a defensive touchdown by Anthony Gonzalez. He goes 37 yards on an interception return. And Pitt is ahead of Duke here, 58-41. 3 hours, 10 minutes long the game is so far, and something like 99 points later. On the ground, and here we go. It's going to be Powell. Shaquille Powell spins out. Some more of that hidden yardage there for the Duke Blue Devils. So he'll get out to the 35-yard line. The ACC and your local Toyota dealers are unlocking the ACC archives, and you can relive over 60 classic football games all for free. In September of '89, huge upset took place. Duke took down number 7 Clemson 21-17. Randy Cuthbert scored the game-winning touchdown in the final minutes for the Blue Devil win. Visit the ACC.com/vault. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Well, the guy working the scoreboard has gone places this afternoon and back several times. 58-41. That's Jamison Crowder in motion. Tennant will throw to him on a screen. And he'll get a little running room out to the 39. Looks like a gain of about 5 yards on the play.
Anthony Gonzalez had the interception just a few moments ago. His first career interception as a Pitt Panther was an outstanding dual threat quarterback at Liberty High School in Bethlehem, PA. Actually Guy threw the ball, ran for 10 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. No stranger to the end zone.
Crowder again catches the look-in pass there from Connect. It's good for about 2. Our edge to the game brought to you by the Principal Financial Group. Look at that.
4 picks today and had come in with no interceptions prior to today. So you got to like the fact that they've switched their giveaway takeaway ratio in the favor of their defense. I think there'll be a lot of things defense coordinator Matt House would like to work on. They've given up 41 points and over 400 yards of offense, but taking the ball away, they've been very good.
And 6 touchdown passes by Savage. Quite a day for Pitt. Here's Connect carrying the zone number. Has a road plow out in front of him. That's Lakin Tomlinson. He goes out to about the 46-yard line. He's got enough for a first down. But time's becoming a factor when you're 17 points down. 7:13 left to go.
Well, and when you throw 4 interceptions, your confidence as a quarterback is going to ebb and flow. He threw the 2 early, then threw 3 touchdowns. Now he's come back with 2 more, and so he's probably a little unsteady as far as letting the ball go at this point.
1st and 10 at the 45. Handoff inside to Duncan. Not much there. Let's go to our ACC studio and more from Tom Wormy and Tommy Bowden.
Thank you, Steve. Hyundai update. Virginia Tech has a chance to win it in double overtime. Ethan Kesserling, 32 yards away. No! We're going to triple overtime at Blacksburg.
And now they'll have to take 2-point conversions. Oh, boy. What a game in Blacksburg today. What a game here in Durham. Not over yet. Brandon Connect. Swing pass out to the wing. That's Duncan. There's a flag on that play. A grab of the face mask as Duncan makes it into Pitt territory at the 44. And he'll probably go deeper here, too. That's a 9-yard pickup.
Wow, that's a dangerous play right there. Lafayette Pitts stuck the right hand out.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Defense, number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Kind of playing off the block, sticks the right hand out, and really a dangerous play there for Jalay Duncan. Did a good job of running through it and picking up an additional 5 yards, but he went over the sideline. He's got some people looking at him. Looks like he's okay, though.
Duke's got great depth at running back. They've used a lot today. They've used 3 deep. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. This is Snead, who's had a good day. They're going to mark him down. No gain on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 29. Darrell Render making the tackle for Pitt.
Duke trying to sprinkle the run in a little bit, understanding they're down 17 points, but they're trying to sprinkle the run in a little bit here just to keep Pitt honest up front.
Well, they took 4 minutes and 28 seconds to score 28 points in the first half. Here comes a reverse to Crowder. Crowder turns the corner, heads down, and is pushed out of bounds inside the 10. They'll mark him out at the 7. Lafayette Pitts got him out of bounds. But a nice gain of the play from the 29 down to the 7 of 23 yards. And Duke's got a 1st and goal.
And got a little help from his quarterback here. Watch Connett just peel back and just get enough of the block right there. Wasn't a great block, but it was enough of the defender to allow Crowder to get the corner.
Connett throws, pass complete, touchdown. Braxton Deaver, the junior tight end.
This is a really cool call here because they're going to make it look like zone read, and then Deaver is going to run the little pop pass, and Connett's going to read it. Here he is right here. He's just going to slip in behind. Watch Connett read it. He's looking at it all the way. As soon as the linebacker Thomas closes, he dumps it right over his head. That's a nice read by Connett for the touchdown.
Deaver out of Charlotte, North Carolina with the touchdown. Here comes Martin for the point after. Kick is up. Duke's not going to mess around. They're going to get the point after, and they think they can get the ball back. Maybe more than once. 58-48 the score. Pitt will be back after this word from the Atlantic Coast Conference. On 2, Pitt leading Duke 58-48. 5:30 left to go. Let's go down to the sideline, and Rachel Barbeau has more on Braxton Diva.
Yeah, guys, the hero on that play with that touchdown. He missed all of 2012 with, catch this, 3 injuries. He had a knee injury, he had a freak thumb injury, and he also had a busted kneecap. He came back in the spring, and coaches said he's been everything we've expected. Athletic enough to get in the passing game, as you saw, but also a great athletic blocker.
Yeah, surgery on the thumb, surgery on the patella in back-to-back months in 2012. Nice comeback.
Here comes an onside kick. It's going to be...
Well, the ball came loose. Vinnipel had a chance at it for Pitt, and then the ball came loose again.
They have not given an indication. The officials haven't. Let's see. It's going to be Pitt ball. So Pitt gets good field position on the gamble from Duke.
How about the big fella, James Conner? He's had a monster day. We talked about how big he is. 6'2", 230 pounds, a load to bring down. There he punches one in the end zone. You see his ability to bounce to the outside. You love his ability his agility to step in the hole, step on the accelerator. He's been tough all day today. 23 carries, 170 yards, and a touchdown for the big guy. I'm going to call him the Terminator.
1st and 10. Here he goes again. And that play terminated after Singleton with the tackle for Duke. 3-headed monster for Pitt today. Conner, as you mentioned, Arch, with 170 yards. And look at Tyler Boyd, 3 touchdowns, 154 yards. And of course, Devin Street, 6 receptions, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the 2 freshmen there on the left, Conner and Boyd, both freshmen, obviously career highs for them. And the 166 yards for Devin Street, a career high for him as well, his 8th career 100-yard game.
Range starting to come down again here on 2nd down and 11. And off to Bennett. Oh, met. He was met.
Weisman comes up and makes a play. They've had a nice job of their secondary people of being involved in the run game. Excellent play there.
It was Kyler Brown. Making a nice stop. 3rd down. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout here taken by Duke, as they get a chance here with 4:41 left to go. All right, the rivalry challenge is heating up on the ACC Football Challenge app with 4 minutes remaining. Pitt fans have an edge over Duke fans. You see the score there. Download for the ACC Football Challenge presented by McAllister's Deli app for free to get in the game and secure a victory for your team. You can still do it to get into today's matchup.
5,000 hits there. That's about how many points we've had scored.
Yeah. Well, we're over 100. 108 to be exact. 3rd down. 106. Savage to throw. Savage to go down, and that is going to be Ananicky. Kenny Ananicky.
He'd been battling with Bisnawati all day long. We saw him getting in a slugging match at one point during the game, and finally, the 6th-year senior who's been battling all day long, really kind of a microcosm of his career, battling injuries, fights through and makes a big play on Savage on 3rd down.
2nd sack of the day for the Duke Blue Devils. They've really, Pitt got a defensive touchdown on the interception, but once they got to 51, there hasn't been much happening for Duke offensively, for Pitt offensively. Next Saturday, the ACC Network heads right down 15-501 to Keenan Stadium, about 8 or 9 miles. At East Carolina takes on North Carolina. Pirates had a close loss to Virginia Tech. They've had the weekend off. They head to Chapel Hill to take on Bryn Renner, and the Tar Heels had a heartbreaking loss at home against on the road at Georgia Tech. Coverage on the ACC Network begins at noon. The ACC Blitz pregame show, powered by Ram Trucks with Tom Wormy and Tommy Bauer.
You know, we haven't talked much defense today, but there's Bryn Renner, who we'll see the next weekend. Has been an outstanding quarterback in North Carolina. 5 of 9 was Pitt on 3rd down. They're 0 for their last 6, so there has been a little bit of defense today, and Pitt's been pretty good on 3rd down conversions here lately.
Yakla getting ready to kick it away to Jamison Crowder, who, as we've said, has brought one back 87 yards. Here is a fumbled cross, and it's going to be right there for Duke at the 30-yard line. So if you're thinking of going away, don't do it. The rain coming down heavy, but the Duke offense will come out on the field with only 30 yards to get it in the end zone.
Well, you wonder if the weather had a little bit to do with this. The ball goes right through his hands. Remember, the ball laying on the ground prior to the snap. The center gets a grip on it, but the punter does not. The ball went right through his hands, and Duke was all over him. And now short field opportunity, more than enough time here for Duke to punch one in and still be in the game.
They don't have any timeouts left. They called their last one about 20 seconds ago. First and 10 from the Pitt 30. Pass from Connect to Crowder, complete. Crowder changes direction and gets to the 5.
Came back to the same place, Steve, that they scored on where they had the holding penalties. A screen to the right to Crowder, fake the pump to the left, get to Crowder to the right, they're inside the 10.
25-yard pickup, Galambos makes the touchdown-saving tackle. Connect, first and goal. Hand off to the running back, gets to about the 3. That's going to be Jalay Duncan. And the rain coming down as hard as we've seen it all afternoon. And it played a definite role in that fumble by Yakut on the snap.
Yeah, a lot of time being taken here by Duke trying to get the play in.
Well, they've wasted a minute since their score. Or since they got the ball back. Here comes Connect on the sweep. Connect at the 1. Is he in? No, they're going to mark him short. They're going to mark him about a half a yard short of the end zone. Ezell makes the touchdown-saving tackle.
Got a little bit more sense of urgency for Duke here. A lot of walking around. Need to get lined up. Still down 2 scores here as Connect comes up. Looks like just short of the goal line, marked at the 1. This has got to be Connect again, I would think.
And we've got a whistle and a timeout. They're going to take a look at this play to see if actually indeed he might have gotten in. He's already scored once today.
Well, he's on top of a Pitt defender, it looks like, and there real quickly as you're trying to get the replay and then they get lined back up again. It looked like he may not have ever touched the ground, fell in on top of the Pitt player and fell in the end zone. Let's take a look at it here. Connect turns it up. And I don't see the knee never touches the ground and he reaches across. Now it's the elbow potentially could be down as well. We got to check the right elbow, but the knee never touches down. He's laying on top of his own player.
Can't really get a definitive look from that side. Let's see if this gives us a good one.
I think the first shot we had, if we could re-rack and look at that first shot again, because what they're going to need to look at is the elbow. The elbow is the key here, the forearm elbow area. His knee never touches down. Here's the look now. Watch for the right, the air arm that's carrying the football. He goes to the ground, does his forearm. No, he crosses the goal line. That's a touchdown.
Wow. Yep.
They're going to have to call that a touchdown.
Yep.
Excellent job. Excellent camera work there by the guys to get that look. Good definitive look there for the officiating crew.
So we'll wait to see what Brett Allen calls here. Stops the clock with 3:17 left to go. Touchdown. Well, here's the call.
After further review, the runner was not down and the ball broke the plane of the goal line. It is a touchdown.
There you go. Don't go home yet. 58-54. A 4-yard gain for touchdown by Brandon Connect, his second run of the day.
All right, this is big right here now because we just saw the punter drop the football. Everything's wet. Important now to get this ball down and give them an opportunity to kick it through for the point to pull within 3.
Ross Martin to kick it away. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's a 3-point game, 58-55, with 3:17 left to go.
What a game. Well, you got to give both teams a ton of credit, Steve. There's been ebb and flow in the game. Duke's probably been out of the game in a lot of people's minds 2 or 3 times, but they keep fighting back and trying to stay a part of it. Pitt trying to stay in front of a great race.
Another thriller going up in Blacksburg, and let's go to our studios in Charlotte.
Thanks, Steve. Time for a Hyundai update. And in triple overtime, it is Logan Thomas calls his own number, dives into the end zone. They got the 2-point conversion, 29-21, and it has just ended. Virginia Tech has won the game in triple OT.
Wow. Wow. What a day in Blacksburg. And we're got something shaking in the same situation here, Tom, down here in Durham, North Carolina. Because I'll tell you what, Duke refuses to roll over in this game. They were down 58-41, and it looked pretty bleak just a few minutes ago. They're just a field goal back with 3:17 to play.
Yeah, and now you're in the situation, if you're David Cutcliffe, he talks about his kicking game. He loves to win that part of the game. You've got 3:43 left. You have no timeouts. You kick the ball deep here, your defense would have to get a stop because you can't stop the clock. If you can get a stop, then you will get the football back with time to move it. But if Pitt's able to get a first down, they can theoretically run the clock out. So big decision here for David Cutcliffe. Do you go onside kick or do you kick it deep and hope your defense can get a 3 and out?
Second most points in ACC history. Of course, we were at the first one, Georgia Tech at North Carolina, 68-50. In that game in Chapel Hill, 118 points. Lafayette Pitts is back to catch the kickoff here as Ross Martin will kick it away.
Now they're setting up what looks like an onside kick opportunity here.
They tried one and it failed, but they got the ball back. They'll try another. Vinipal was on the recovery, and it looks like the preliminary indication will go to Pitt. So Pitt will get the football back. All right, we got a final at Virginia Tech, and let's go to our studios in Charlotte to Tom Mark.
Hyundai update, Steve. Here is the final play of the game into the corner of the end zone for Marshall. This would have been a touchdown through the receiver's hands, and Virginia Tech wins it 29-21 in triple overtime.
Boy, you're almost out there with no clothes. You're sitting there on the 25-yard line trying to defend. What do? But Virginia Tech gets it done, and they win in triple overtime at home against Marshall.
Well, the onus still falls on the Duke defense now. If they want to have a chance to get the football, they got to get 3 and out here, and Paul Chris burns a timeout.
First timeout of the half. It is a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. A lot of stories in the ACC from last week. How about Michael Campanaro? 16 catches, 177 yards.
Yeah, ties the ACC record. Phenomenal effort by Michael Campanaro. How about Terrell Hunt? 262 passing efficiency against Wagner. And then Vad Lee, he threw a few more today. A 4-touchdown day. That day had another couple touchdowns today. Phenomenal throwing the football. How about C.J. Brown? Has he thrown his hat in the ring for ACC Player of the Year? So far, he has, the undefeated Terps.
363 yards for C.J. Brown. Great finish for him. We got a great finish on our hands. Whatever happens here. These two teams have put on a show. After the 30-second timeout by Pitt, they have 2 remaining. Duke is out of timeouts. So getting a first down is going to be a premium for Pitt. Easier said than done, as they failed to do it the last 3 times with the ball. This is Connor, and he's hit. And Kyler Brown put the first hit on him, and that slowed him down enough. He only gained about 4 yards on that. Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter. Wow, minus 23.
Well, you mentioned Kyler Brown. What he did was he blew up Parrish, the fullback, and stoned the play. They have not been able to run it. Jim Knowles right there throwing in trying to get the call into this defense to try to get it stopped. Pitt will milk the clock now, and they realize that a first down potentially could seal the game for them, and Duke knows that as well.
Second down and 7. Connor and Parrish in the ball game is setbacks. Savage under center. Handoff, Connor. And not much there. Connor gets up to about the 40. And that's the original line of scrimmage to the 39.
Well, Michael Young-Weissman's going to come off the edge. Here he is. Going to come off the edge. Come in on the backside. Nothing to hold him. He knows the quarterback's not going to boot with it. So he closes and makes the play. Now 3rd and 7. Do you trust your quarterback to throw it here, or do you run it and milk a little more clock? I would think that you turn and hand it to the big back and maybe work the edge, the perimeter of the defense.
3rd and 7. Pitt can shut the door if they get first down here. They are 0 for the last 5 third down conversions. Parrish and Bennett are the setbacks. And we've got a timeout called by Pitt.
Pittsburgh.
So the
Their
Panthers
second
take a
shortest
time.
time out of the half. It is the 32nd timeout.
30-second timeout. They wanted to get a look to see what Duke was going to line up in.
Well, yeah, but you got the clock running. So you're trying to milk the clock. You just stop the clock for them. So now what Duke has to think now, if they're going to burn a timeout at that point, that they're going to consider throwing the football here. I think that if they let the clock continue to run and just taking the snap, they probably were going to run it. But now they've got to consider maybe throwing the football here after burning a timeout.
I want to remind you that closed captioning for ACC football is brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. Well, it's conversion time for Pitt.
How about the total yards by quarter there? And you see how good Duke's been on defense in the fourth quarter. Now Devin Street was the only receiver on the field as far as the two dynamic guys. In fact, Tyler Boyd is not on the field again. Devin Street is at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one with Wes Cockrell.
Weatherspoon is in the slot to the top. Here's the pass. It's out there. It is caught by Weatherspoon, but was he inbounds? Yes. They say he's inbounds at the 26, a 24-yard line of Duke.
Boy, what a great catch. Weatherspoon gets isolated on the safety. Cash.
Oh, boy.
Well, it looked like he got them both down. 1, 2.
Yep.
That one's good at the next level. And he catched it. He controlled it all the way through the ground. The ball did not come out. What a play by Weatherspoon. And really big-time throw from Savage, the quarterback. Good protection. Really good execution all the way around by that Pitt offense.
Duke cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts. Then it is a setback. We get a whistle. A flag on the play.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now, of course, North Carolina and East Carolina next week. We'll get more fireworks coming next week. It's always exciting when the Pirates and the Tar Heels get together, and you'll see it on most of these same ACC stations beginning at 12 noon with the ACC Blitz. We'll kick off at 12:30. Taking a knee now is Savage, as Duke can do nothing to stop the clock. They're out of timeouts, and they've got a first down here. They look at second down and long yardage, but there's only one way to assure that Duke doesn't score again. Don't let them have the football.
Well, and that's what they had to, that third down play was the game. And both teams knew it. And you saw Paul Chryst. He said, wait a minute, I don't like what I've got on the field. I don't like what I have called. He burned a timeout on third down. Some would say, hey, why are you stopping the clock with the clock running? He didn't like the play call. He wanted to let his quarterback throw the ball and get the first down to do just what you said. Don't let Duke have the ball back.
Well, he needed 7 yards, and that wasn't going to happen from the running back, so Duke looking for it. They'll take another knee, and the clock will continue to roll here with 52 seconds and counting. Duke has already called his final timeout. But what a game we have seen here in Durham this afternoon. 2 long leads by Pitt, and both were closed by a determined Duke offense that came back. And the final margin is going to be about 3 here, barring anything wild happening here on third down.
Well, if you're a defensive player, this is not a film you want to go watch on Monday. There's no question about that. Both these offenses were very good. You had moments of great play. You had the interception return for a touchdown by Gonzalez. You certainly had the 3 and outs by the Duke defense in the fourth quarter. But ultimately, it was big plays on offense.
And how about Tom Savage today with 6 touchdown passes, and that'll do it. It has run out the clock successfully. That's a big few across the windshield. And Pitt pulls off the win here by a final score of 58-55. For Dave Archer and Rachel Barbeau, I'm Steve Martin, reminding you that you've been watching coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football on the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports.